Everybody, and welcome back to Codex Legendarium, another Sunday stream with us. Thank you for joining us. We're very happy to see you. Before we get started, Justin, any channel announcements? I know we've got one for next week.
Yeah. So this Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, next Sunday, no streams. American Thanksgiving, and I'll be moving. So.
Yeah. So we will see all. So after, I guess, so I've got to make sure I end this one on a cliffhanger because we're gonna have to wait 2 weeks before we come back to it. So that'll mean the next time we play after today will be my calendar move. December 5th. Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that doesn't seem right, but okay.
It's already December, almost.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, streaming schedule will resume the normal streaming schedule. Will resume December 1st. Yeah. Also, we have a link tree, but for some reason the command isn't working right now on Twitch. But I'll post it in the VOD. Basically, we have a link tree linking to all of our stuff. That's Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and Tiltify, where we raise money for Color of Change. So you can check all those out. Yeah. I think that's it.
All right. Then we will be getting started. Flo will be joining us shortly, so we will have a full group today. We did think that Rose wasn't going to be here, but then that did not end up being the case. So last week was a relatively uneventful, actually. We pretty much just hung out at the ruins, explored them a little bit, poked around, found out just like what all of the rooms were, what all the projects on the tables were, and everything. Asked the stone statue about them. Seems that the statue is capable of providing detailed answers and information about things, but also had the issue of anything that would have been too obvious. That information, no one bothered to store that information. It just wasn't worth writing down, basically, because it was just so obvious. So which made for a bit of a challenge for Tedros in the research department. And then also everybody just kind of got to know each other a little better, just talked, trauma dumped, shared some information. Montblanc shared a lot of backstory with Princess, who just sort of sat down and I think it was just like, "You look lonely," and then just Montblanc just basically launched into his backstory. Yeah, just I've been lonely before. I lived in a jungle for a while, and then just like context. By the way, there's this eldritch entity that gives me power through these tentacles on my arm. Also, I was cursed once. It's just the flood. As soon as just the floodgates cracked, they were open. And then so yeah, everyone kind of talked. It seemed like Montblanc was, or it seemed like Montblanc and Princess were about to share something, or Princess was maybe about to share something, but then the conversation went a different way and she decided against it and just kind of left. So that conversation ended. And about the last thing that happened was Tedros had a realization, which was that as he had been going through the different projects, one of them was the project was for a magically enhanced harvesting blade, a blade meant for harvesting crops, and that set off some kind of tickle in his brain, but never quite clicked until the end of the night. He was about to go to bed, and he had the sudden realization that, oh wait, if it's magic, it probably didn't decay or degrade like the rest of it. It might be still there. So he went back and he dug around. He poked his dagger through the pile of rust and debris and felt it strike something solid, and then pulled out a curved blue metal blade with like the slightest bit of a glow to it. kind of like I would say it's kind of like it's kind of like about the level of brightness of a dying glow stick. Like, you know, when a glow stick is just like almost out, but like still glows a little bit. Like if it's in the dark and you're looking right at it, you can see it. Or if like you're looking at it when it's light out, has like the slightest bit of glow to it. That's what you're looking at.
That's the best way to describe my mood and mental state.
Like a like a dying glow stick mood. Um, the blade itself was because the blade itself is what's enchanted, not like and nothing else, because it was apparently meant to be set into some sort of harvesting tool. The harvesting tool wasn't magic, so it's just a blade with then the tang and then like the rivet holes in it. So it needs to be set into a handle. But once it does, once it is set into a handle, its abilities and whatever it does and whatever the magic imbued in it is will be revealed. I forgot to mention last time, looking at it, so it's a curved blade and it is bladed on both sides. So you can get how you use it, but I will say just off the top of my head, the 3 weapons that you'd probably be able to make out of that, or I'd say 4, depending on the handle you make for it and like the housing, it could either be a short sword, a scimitar, a sickle, or you could probably make a glaive out of it too.
God.
But those are the options: short sword, scimitar, sickle, and glaive. And you don't exactly know what it does yet. And everybody was kind of wrapping up for the night. Emotions were both like mellow yet high at the same time. So everyone was sort of there were some tears, there was some tension, but everyone was kind of like heading to bed and going to take a long rest. So did anyone want to do anything before before y'all just take a long rest and go to bed? Okay. All right. Then y'all can go to just find your way to your respective places. I think Tedros and Viktoria were staying in where they were tent mates, and Montblanc was back in his tent. Princess was back in her tent. Yulyanya and Galina were hanging out in Canrow's chambers. So that is where y'all go ahead and take your long rest. So you can go ahead. I don't know if anyone expended resources that a long rest would recover, but go ahead and take a long rest if you did. And then you have another uneventful night, and y'all wake up nice and well, relatively early in the morning. Yulyanya is having trouble rising with the sun when she can't see the sun. So once again wakes up in the room with Galina, and everybody else wakes up to the sound of the camp bustling and coming into life. Going about their work, starting making breakfast. It's a little bit of a slow start, especially among the 30 no longer sacrifices, which we'll need to find a better name for that group. But for them, they're taking a slow start because they don't have to. They're of the mindset of just like, I have done my job so that I was intended to be brought here for, so I don't need to do any work. You all can take care of me. You all meaning the staff here. So it's like the Orions are kind of making breakfast and stuff and taking care of everything, and the 30 are just kind of hanging out. I will tell you that, and I'll repeat this when Galina returns because this is something that will be relevant to her as well, but the wagon train still has not returned. There has been no sign of Noan and the wagon train, which was sent north to the merchant camp, to the merchant camp where Ingwe is, to arrest Ingwe. And at this point, it's been like a full day in between. Like, no one was sent off like evening, and then you all went to bed, had a full day yesterday, went to bed, woke up the next morning. So it's been like 2 days since he left, and you have seen no sign of him returning. So at this point, it is beginning to. He definitely had time to make it back by now. There would have been enough time to make it there and back at this point. So it seems that either something has slowed him down or he's not coming back. Is what are your options at the moment. So y'all wake up to another nice sunny, blustery yet sunny morning. Um, Whoever steps out of your tent first, you can see that the wind is blowing on the stone sea, and those palm-shaped flat pieces of shale rock are just kind of spinning through the air like frisbees, just on occasion, like as a gust of wind comes through. Some of them just kind of slide and move, and then a few of them lift off into the air and go spinning through the air until like crash back down into the ground. Um, it seems like the retaining walls that are built around the tower, the ruin, and the camp that you're in do a good job of acting as a windbreak and keeping it like the shale around you from flying around. But there's still some that have like slid in at the entrance, so you can see like a work crew has been assembled, just like been put together, and start shoveling that out to make sure that y'all don't get buried in here. So yeah, I don't know who wants to go first, but whatever y'all want to do with your morning.
Tedros will probably be up a little bit earlier,
Okay.
and if Viktoria is awake, she will probably hear him speaking softly in Celestial. Just saying his morning prayers, focusing, trying to gather his thoughts. There's been a lot of excitement over the past few days, and while he doesn't have the same sort of, I guess, imperative to make, to do like formal morning prayers every single morning, he does do it from time to time and is just focusing. It turns out I didn't prepare an extra spell that I was supposed to last stream, so that spell slot now goes to Lesser Restoration. So
Okay.
if it appears that it's necessary, it will be done, but otherwise we are good.
Okay.
And then after he's done, he'll go back to checking out notes, and he'll probably start working on like some of the figuring out some of the scales, at least just for the smaller scale stuff, so that he can do it in a way that makes sense.
Okay.
Because there's a lot for him to sort through right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
you got
that for a while.
You got a lot of information and not a lot of context, so it's just a long process now of just processing all that information so that you can make sense of it. And it's like the archaeological equivalent of finding an ore deposit. Like it's fantastic. You've mined it out, but now it needs to be processed into something usable.
Absolutely.
You've got a distance measurement. You've got a bunch of stuff: agriculture, sanitation, things like that. So a lot of information about the way they did things. You just gotta put it together. But you will have a significant amount of snippets of information about how life was back in this ancient civilization that created this ruin.
Yep.
All right.
He will not try to wake Viktoria up, so if she's sleeping, she'll let him. She'll let her sleep. He will let her sleep. I know what things are.
Okay.
Victoria's a light sleeper. She was awake as soon as he begun his prayers, but she doesn't want to bother him during that very obviously important part. But like she does have a question she wants to ask, so she's just like waiting for a moment when he's like not too busy, but like she could be like, "Good morning, I have a question."
Yeah. Good morning. How you doing? Did you sleep all right?
Yeah, sure, absolutely, I did.
Did you actually?
I slept, absolutely.
Okay.
I was unconscious and not here, therefore sleeping.
The best we can ask for when we close our eyes, I suppose.
Exactly. Best question. Yes, question. Because you were just like, oh, we'll talk about it tomorrow, and now it is tomorrow, so why the fuck did you call me priestess?
Oh, that's well, fun fact, it's not just you. it's also Galina. So at some point, we should probably talk to her about it. It would be better if we did so after she could respond and ask questions without having to write. So I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that she will be able to talk not too long from now. It's you got up. Did you get up around now? Yesterday, give or take.
That is such a great question. You always ask such great and inquisitive questions. Uh, sure.
Well, I know a lot of these things go away after about a day or so. So if we're coming up to the day mark, a couple minutes or an hour or so, give or take. But I have been thinking about how best to apply some of my abilities, and I think I have an idea of what I could do. So if maybe by lunchtime or around noon or whatever, she still hasn't sorted itself out, then I will, see what I can do.
Just because last night I was about to tell you that you could like use a nickname for me or like a shortened form, and you just came out of nowhere with Priestess, and I was like, oh shit, is that the one he's picking for me?
No, unless you really want me to use that one. But
I'm not a priestess though. Like I'm not.
well,
I don't look like a priestess, do I?
what does a priestess look like?
I don't know. You're the religious one, not me.
Well, uh, I have never been able to look at somebody and tell you what their function in life is. Like no one's born looking like a priestess or looking like a town guard or looking like whatever their job duty is, but they look like who they are.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah, oh, very important. The about that blade.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably get that checked before anybody starts swinging it around. I don't know if it's gonna quite be able to do whatever it's supposed to do if it's not properly set in something. I don't know if any of the notes I have pertain to the description of the machine that it was supposed to, or the whatever they had. The wow, it's the Union. I actually have a name for them now. Anyway, I don't know what the Union is supposed to be. Is supposed to have been doing with it, but I am sure that we could probably set it in something and make it usable uh, as a weapon, probably. You know, and it would probably be retain its magical properties. I just, like I said, it's supposed to be for clear cutting fields, so maybe it just stays really sharp. Maybe it cuts down a whole field at once. Just gotta be careful with that, okay?
I mean, if push comes to shove, we could use it to stab somebody or something. So, like, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, well, kind of looking at the proportions, there are probably a couple of different ways we could do it, but maybe after the caravan gets back and we can, return, we can check and see who might be able to set it in something for us and figure out how we're gonna do it.
Let me just check my mental memory. Did any of my friends? I don't remember any of my friends that I made before we came out here, so I don't remember if any of them could have helped us with this. Were any of them woodworkers?
Oh, you mean of the like the people that
Those-
you hung out with?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, Cthulhu is the orcish woman is a carpenter.
I have a friend. I might be able to get this helped out.
Okay. Well, just uh okay. That's doable then. Um should at least find out how long it'll take, and we should also find out how long we're going to be here. I'm imagining we're probably going to have to leave pretty soon, and we've got more important things to take care of than me rooting around in here. So,
I mean, that could be important to you, so like I wouldn't say it's like less important than what you
well,
got going on.
it's important, but it's less pressing. There are we have no idea what Ingwe is doing, and Yulyanya's family's still missing.
I have to apologize.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh,
say that.
oh, I did not forget about that.
I know, but you gotta now. If you're composed and you're prepared, it's probably a good time.
All right, let me get my shit. I'll go do it.
All right. Anything else we gotta take care of today?
As long as no one asks me how I'm doing, I will be great, and then there will be nothing to take care of.
All right. I cannot promise that, but I will not ask you how you're doing if you don't want me to.
Thank you. I will see you later, and then Victoria will leave and go find Yulyanya.
All right.
Yulyanya would be the first one up in the Canrow's chambers. Galina had a long day yesterday. Galina was like micromanaging everything and doing it all without being able to speak. So you remember, she just kind of was like frustrated and sad when you went to bed late at night last night. So you wake up and Galina's still asleep, probably tired out from just the ordeals of yesterday. So does Yulianya just like let her keep sleeping and get up, or?
Yeah, Yule is probably just sort of like kind of buzzing with like energy, but like not in a good way.
Anxious
and
energy.
Spent the morning kind of just like pacing around and not really knowing what to do with herself, and so currently is just sort of sat in front of a mirror, like brushing out her hair.
Okay. Then Victoria, that's where just the door opens. That's where you come in and find Yulianya.
The door opens and Victoria just like peeks, just like her eyes and nose in.
She's so big.
Hi.
Hello.
Is Galina still sleeping?
Yes, she's pretty gone out. She's out of it. She wasn't doing very well last night. So maybe we should go out there. Not to wake her.
Yeah, come on.
Scurries out, still kind of clutching the hairbrush.
Do you want to like go for a walk, or do you want like to keep? Yeah.
Well, I'm not really dressed for a walk. I was wondering where you went.
Tedros wanted to show me something downstairs, so that's where we went.
You were with Tedros downstairs?
Yes.
All night?
Not all night, no.
Not all night? Well, then where did you sleep?
In a tent.
In a tent? What tent? You didn't have a tent. You slept with us the other night. So I just thought, I don't know, I was kind of worried, but at the same time I know you need your space?
I was in Tedros' tent.
Oh. Tedros' tent is pretty small.
I didn't know this much.
Does Tedros snore?
I didn't know this. I think he went to sleep after I did. But I think a
Oh.
little bit, yeah.
Was it audible over your snoring?
I don't know, actually. I was asleep.
Well, I hope that you had a good night out.
When Victoria was exploring the ruins yesterday, was there like a little room that she found that she could take Yulyanya into, like kind of just be away from Galina, but also like be able to sit and have a talk?
Yeah. So let's see. In terms of small rooms, there was there's the sacrifice chamber. There
Don't
is
want to go there.
yeah. There is the what was it? The sacrifice chamber. There was the ash room and the boots and clothes room. Probably don't want either of those. And then there was the I actually forgot to mention this one, but there was the room that the troll came busting out of. That actually had like that room actually does have a bed. It's like there's kind of like a side room off of that does have like a bed and like a desk basically, but like nothing really in it. It looks like this is probably where Mr. Pleasant was staying, and then the troll was like kept in an area back behind it.
Is it bad that I was imagining a troll-sized bed? Well, do you want to go there?
Are you going to be okay going like through there, considering what happened in that room?
Oh, yeah, yes, I think I'm fine.
Okay. Well, come on, let's go then.
She follows.
And getting into the room, Victoria will like gesture to like have a seat on the bed.
Yulyanya would go and tentatively sit, still holding the hairbrush in her lap.
Victoria will sit beside Yulyanya and then just kind of put her hand out to ask for the hairbrush as if to be like, do you want me to do it?
Oh, thank you. And she'll hand it over.
Victoria will very tentatively start like just brushing the hair.
If she starts with the tail, she'll notice the tail just sort of like springing back every time it's brushed out because of the magic.
Wow, interesting. She'll brush for like a few moments just to work up what she wants to say, and then she'll just be like, I wanted to apologize to you for last night.
What did you want to apologize for? You didn't do anything wrong.
I made you cry because I was rude to you.
I mean, well, I cry a lot, so it's not really your fault if I cry, is it?
In that moment it was, because I was very mean to you, and that was not my... I don't want to say that wasn't my intention, because it definitely did come across as very mean, and I immediately recognized that it was wrong of me to say. But I am sorry for the words that I said, and if I was mean.
Well, I'm sorry that you weren't having a good day. I didn't mean to upset you when I asked about what was going on. I just wanted you to have a good time at the party. It's not really a party without you.
I'm sure you've been to plenty of parties without me.
I mean, not really.
Really?
No, I mean, there are some parties in the valley, but none that I was really invited to.
You are so bright and sunshiny and amazing. Surely you are invited to at least one of them.
Oh no, maybe sister would think so. Maybe sister would think so, but not really everybody feels the same way about me and my existence.
Oh. Well, I value your existence very much.
I value your existence, and I thank you for apologizing to me. No one's ever really apologized to me. No one's ever brushed my hair before either.
It is very nice hair. I've always admired it.
Oh, thank you. Well, I don't want to hurt you again, so I guess I won't ask how you're doing today. But I'll say that I'm glad that you seem to be doing a little better.
Yeah, thank you.
Did staying with Tedros help?
We had a little bit of a talk. So yes, it did.
A little bit of a talk? What about?
About emotions.
Emotions. Interesting.
Like how it is very. It's funny because Princess and I had the exact same talk, and both of them told me the exact same thing.
Well, Princess and Tedros are both very smart, so I'm thinking that if they're both telling you something, then maybe you should listen.
Two people
I mean...
saying one thing does not immediately reverse learned behaviors.
Well, what is the thing that they're telling you? Maybe I have a different opinion.
The thing that they said was, quote, do not deflect. You can feel what you are feeling.
Do not deflect. You can feel what you are feeling. But if you don't deflect, then you end up getting hit, and then you feel what you're feeling because it hurts.
Exactly.
So I would say don't get hit with missiles.
Exactly. And because in this analogy, the missiles are emotions. You don't want to get hit by the emotions, right? Because then you'll be sad and then you'll be hurt. So it's better to just deflect and not feel it.
Did you try crying?
I really did. You can ask Tedros about it.
Well, whenever I don't want to feel emotions, I just cover myself up in a lot of different blankets or cloaks, and then I make myself really, 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 really small, and I pretend it's not happening.
Is that why you wear so many cloaks?
Yes. And no.
Yes and no.
It's also very cold.
Looks down at essentially the toga. Some days it's a little cold, yes.
Well, I would just say that if you don't want to feel anything and people are trying to tell you to feel something, then you could always come and hang out with me and we could feel nothing at all together.
Might take you up on that offer, thank you.
Yulyanya is going to hold her little arms out for a hug.
Viktoria was gonna go in for the Christian side hug, but she'll go for a full hug.
Please tell me you've heard the rap song Christian Side Hug.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll
we
show
can
you
come
later.
back to that.
Yeah, we'll circle back around.
As you two are finishing your conversation, can I get perception checks from both of you while you're in here?
Oh, yikes.
Why? Samuel, why?
I'm
Because
nervous.
someone's dead.
It's me. Surprise.
Make a perception check to notice that you're dead.
Montblanc's been waiting to.
The sixth sense.
Yulyanya, I hope you got this. I hope you got this, hun.
Perception. Hold on. Oh gosh, dang it. 2.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
12. Sorry, 12. Sorry, 12. Sorry,
12?
I was
Okay.
looking at the 12.
Okay. So you get a 12, and then what did Victoria get?
5.
Okay, Victoria, you are distracted by the emotions and conversations about them, and the validation that you should keep deflecting. Yulyanya, you notice while you're in here, you notice 2 things actually. You notice that there is currently, like I mentioned, there's a desk in this room. You notice that there is a inkwell sitting on the desk. The inkwell doesn't have a stopper or a lid on it. The inkwell is actually currently still sitting open, and the ink is kind of starting to like cake and congeal. You also notice just like a kind of skittering line of ink across the surface of the desk, kind of like off one edge, like starting from like near the inkwell, and then kind of just like this random jagged line going like off to the left, off the edge of the desk.
Oh, she's gonna stand up and just sort of like walk tentatively to peer over and see like what that is and look closer.
Okay. Yeah. So are you looking like at the desk or?
Yeah, like at the ink trail.
Yeah, you can look at it and you can see just like, again, it looks like as if drawn by a pen or a quill. In this case, you would probably guess a quill because there's an inkwell right there. The line thickness is kind of all over the place, and kind of like there's blots in places, and it looks, and it's just this completely random line of just like jagged motion, kind of drifting, swirling motion that just kind of carries it like left off the side of the desk, just continues it to the edge. Not exactly uniform, like there has gaps in places, like it gets thinner and then just like vanishes and then like picks up and continues.
If she like reaches out to touch it, does like anything come off?
No, it's totally dry at this point.
Okay, she'll like follow.
Okay. Oh, you just like follow it to the
like
edge?
follow off the edge, yeah.
Okay. Looking down over the edge of the desk, you can see a just barest bit of feather from the end of a quill, just kind of like looks like, because the desk is kind of up, almost up against the corner, there's like a small gap right there, so it looks like it like poking out just against the bottom. Basically looking at it now, it looks like a gust of wind or something, like the quill was sitting on the desk still with ink on it, and it just, a gust of wind come and blew it off the edge of the desk, and that's what the trail is, and it fell under the desk.
Okay. Victoria, what's this? Do you see this?
We'll toggle over. Is a quill, a feather.
Well, why is it on the desk? Usually people don't write on desks. Well, they write on desks, but they don't write on desks, do you know?
Yes. Is it like under the desk,
Yeah.
or is it like?
It's like on the floor, just kind of like poking out from underneath it. It looks like it fell on the floor, basically.
But it's like underneath, like the leg of the desk or something.
So it's one of those desks that like kind of has like some drawers set into it and goes down to the bottom, and like has a little bit, there's a little bit of a gap between the bottom of the desk and like the side of the desk and the floor. Yeah, so it looks like it's kind of like in that little gap.
Are the drawers unlocked?
You can try them, and yeah, you can see they're unlocked.
I'm gonna open them all.
Okay. Opening them all, you can see that they are. Oh, sorry, Justin. Flow incoming.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah. Give me a sec.
Yep. Yeah. So in opening them up and closing them, you can see pretty much it's basic writing supplies. There's nothing in them. There's pages of parchment, extra inkwells, a few extra quills. Let's see, sealing wax. There's a candle for sealing that is currently just sitting in there unlit. Some nothing to produce the fire with, and then a little bit of the sand that you used to like scatter on ink to dry it up.
Is there a wax seal in this drawer?
No, you don't see a specific seal.
Damn.
Is the feather like grabbable?
Yeah, you could reach it out and grab it. You could also the desk isn't very big. Like you just kind of like scoot the desk to the side to get at it too if you wanted.
Okay, I'm gonna just like push the desk.
Okay. So you just sound of moving
she's
furniture.
just like her little feet are just like pushing so hard against the ground.
Victoria's just gonna like pick it up and move it over.
Victoria basically like one hand just move it, yeah. So the two of you move it, and you can see that there's a quill under there, and the other thing you see is, well, the quill clearly had ink on it as it skittered across the desk. The reason for that is probably because it was in the process of writing something, and as you move the desk aside, you can see a piece of parchment that was like completely under the desk and like underneath one of the drawers. Looks like it also had fallen off, but just wasn't visible. And you can see what looks like a half-finished letter sitting underneath the desk.
All right,
I'm
pick it up.
We're gonna read it.
We're just like holding it between ourselves, like what?
Both of your faces like right next to each other. Okay, so looking at this letter, you can see that it says, "My lord, these Yorians seem very receptive to our designs, at least this Lord Canrow and his house. I brought them the troll as you instructed, and they seem very impressed by it and its potential uses, especially here in this wild land. As this endeavor of theirs progresses, they'll most likely start reaching out to others in the Empire and involving them in their next steps. Because of this, I should want to coordinate with your other agent in Aor, whoever they may be. Should you deem this wise, we'll need to find a way to identify each other, and then that's where it cuts off."
Other agent in Aor.
I'll post that in the
I'm not
Discord.
quite sure I understand.
I also don't really understand this.
It's talking about the troll?
Yes. We brought the troll here. The Lord
So who
Can-
wrote this letter then?
Probably the person that was staying in this room.
The man with the crank?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm reading it again.
Mhm.
Oh, it says that there's another agent in Aor. That can't be good, right?
No, then that means that there's probably another troll and another crank.
Oh no. Well, okay, so Princess knows about the crank stuff, and well, you and Galina know about Aor. Should we get them?
Yes, absolutely. I would want to give this letter to Princess.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
let's go find them. Although I realize I just said the two people who are not currently here right now.
What are you talking about? Galina's here right
What
now.
do you mean I am not here? I am
Ah.
here. I am awake.
Galina is
letter.
here. All right, well then they make their way back to Galina's chamber.
Oh, fuck.
First-
I
Alright.
wrote immediately. Great.
Victoria is going to take as much paper and ink as she can fit in whatever bag she can have.
Okay.
She is
Um,
peace offering for friend Tedros.
Okay. Mark, you can get like 50 sheets of parchment and 5 inkwells. 5 full inkwells. The one on the desk is it's been left open for a few days, so it has like congealed and dried out. So that one is not really it's like crusty around the edge. So not that one, but there are 5
How
unopened
many candles can you all pilfer?
ones. 3.
All right.
3 candles, and I'll say like 2 sticks of sealing wax.
Yes. Inventory.
And yeah, so they head off to find Galina and Princess. Galina, as you wake up in Lord Canrow's chambers where you've been sleeping, you were working, just doing paperwork and stuff the whole previous day, just getting information. Where you've just got piles and piles of papers. There is just crumpled up pieces of paper just strewn all across the floor, both from like things that you were working on that you discarded, and also just like things you were using to communicate that you just filled up every inch of the page and then just needed to just toss it away and pick up a new one. And as you sit up in the morning and out of bed, you know, you like sit up and stretch, let out a yawn, and as you let out a yawn, you notice it's like you feel that feeling of voice. There was noise. You made noise. Noise came out.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, great. I'm putting this in my journal to be sure.
So I think they would just end up peeking their heads into the chamber to see if she's awake. You see a creak?
Like Scooby-Doo style. Yule, and then Victoria.
This little.
Good morning, you two. How are you doing?
Good morning. You'll just like scurry in and jump onto the bed.
What have you been up to? I feel like I slept in. Has it been an eventful morning?
Well, you're talking.
Oh yes, it came back. I'm very thrilled.
That's so exciting. How do you feel?
I feel great, honestly. I feel like my job is going to be much easier now.
Wonderful. Well, we found something.
Wonderful. What did you find?
Nothing good.
Oh, not wonderful.
And then they'll just stick the letter out in front of Galina's face.
Great. I will read that on the Discord right now.
Sam, would you like to narrate it again?
I can, but if you probably read it faster than read it faster than I can read it out loud.
Just honestly, as a refresher for
all
of
yeah.
us.
Yeah. Okay. It was, my lord. These Yorians seem to be very receptive to our designs. At least this Lord Canrow and his house. I brought them the troll as you instructed, and they seem very impressed by it and its potential uses, especially here in this wild land. As this endeavor of theirs progresses, they'll most likely start reaching out to others in the Empire and start involving them in their next steps. Because of this, I should want to coordinate with your other agent in Aor, whoever they may be. Should you deem this wise, we'll need to find a way to identify each other, and then it just kind of cuts off, like, mid-sentence, like, was in the process of writing. Oh yeah, hey, welcome back. You left right in time to hear about the stuff relevant to you.
So yeah, that doesn't seem great, right? It's talking about another agent in Aor.
You truly hate to see it. Also, 1 second. I am going to be changing my microphone settings. 1 second, please.
It's okay, bestie.
And
We
just
love you anyway.
one singular moment, please.
While they talk, I'm gonna go get
5
Princess.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go wake up Princess from her dead beauty sleep, and we're gonna talk about this.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, Princess, you're in your tent. You hear Victoria outside knocking on the tent.
Is it a canvas tent?
Yeah.
Oh, Victoria's like going just down the side
Jello.
and then to the door.
You guys have a way of waking
Aha.
me up.
It's very important. We kind of need you like ASAP, like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. And she just throws on her coat, leaves. Where are we going?
To the office with Galina, Yulyanya, and I found a letter, and it talks about Mr. Crankman and some shit like that. And you know about the crank, so we're just
Yeah. You before you even finish the sentence, she's already walking towards the office.
Okay.
So Galina can talk again, so it's gonna be a lot easier.
Noted. All right.
Okay. Yeah, so you two can get back and see Galina finishing up reading the letter back in Canrow's office.
This is truly a very no good letter.
All right.
Yeah. What do you
Elizabeth is,
think
like
that they
asked to
need?
read the letter.
Yeah, let me read it aloud to you, Princess.
Read this one more time.
My lord, these Yorians seem to be very receptive to our designs. At least this Lord Canrow and his house. I brought them the troll as you instructed, and they seem very impressed by it and its potential uses, especially here in this wild land. As this endeavor of theirs progresses, they'll most likely start reaching out to others in the Empire and involving them in their next steps. Because of this, I should want to coordinate with your other agent in your, whoever they may be.
In Aor.
Aor, whatever, it's spelled weird here. Should you deem this wise, we'll need to find a way to identify each other, and that's where it cuts off. Sorry, I'm just very excited to be able to use my voice again.
Prince is gonna just like think about that. I'm gonna, I don't know. Would Princess have any idea about who might have been sent to Aor?
I'm trying to, because how long has it been since you were anywhere near these people?
It's been, I believe, it's been like a year and a half-ish since she's been with them.
Okay. Not off the top of your head right now.
Can I do some kind of check? Because I feel like the Empire of Aor is very Aor-centric. So can I kind of do some kind of like thought process that may like lead me to like which regions may be more likely to be working with like an outside force?
See, that's the thing. It's not necessarily dependent on region, especially if this person, because if it just says this person's an agent, you don't know if they're like in the same capacity where they're like side by side with a noble. You don't know if they're just like a spy. You don't know if they work with a merchant. You don't know if they like are Yorian themselves. Yora's also recently, or over the past few years, been in the process of conquering and assimilating other nations around it. So it's possible that this person was set up in one of those regions, like as it was assimilated, and basically got into the country by letting the country like come to them, if that makes sense.
It's interesting you said that. Which are the most recent regions to enter the Empire of Aor through conquest?
Pull that up right now, because I do.
Or
have
even
that.
not through conquest. Just who are the most recent additions to the Aorian Empire?
Yeah.
Like?
Let me pull that up if I can find it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so there is a one of the nations is called Jovendel. That one has recently accepted protectorate status under Aor, which basically means like they're like Aor is in charge of them, but they do retain some independence, and that one was more of a choice of Jovendel. And protectorate status usually indicates, like, again, since they technically get to stay, like they're under the umbrella of the Empire, but like still maintain independence as a nation. Let's see. Lunawell is one of the nations that is nearly gone. Aor has been in the process of conquering its way across Lunawell, and it has gobbled up a good chunk of their lands. It's nearly gone at this point, but it is still it still exists. And then Aldereth is the most recent one that Aor has declared conquest on, and has just started. Has recently, in the past few months, conquered some of their southern border territories, but has not like made a lot of headway into the country. So there is three recent, like within the past few months and years, three recent ones that could be places where like that are messy places where new people are entering into the Empire.
Wonderful, wonderful. Does Galina know about the link between Mr. Smiley and Princess, like that you guys were working under the same employer at one point?
I believe I meant. Did I? I don't know.
You mentioned it to somebody. I forget if it was a whole group conversation.
I don't think it was a whole group discussion.
I feel like honestly, Galina actually hasn't been told about like basically anything that's happened at this ruins. Like I don't know about the elemental thing. I literally like nobody has briefed me on anything, and so I'm not sure what I know.
Hey, I briefed you about the dead people closet.
I was briefed about the horrific war crimes. That's what I know about. The absolute horrific war
we don't know if we're at war.
That's true. That is
The
true. War
horrific
crime and
crimes against humanity.
The horrific
There you
crimes
go.
against humanity. My mistake.
I don't think I probably talked vaguely to someone about it, but I do not recall who.
All right, well then I'm keeping this information to myself because I don't know if it will help anybody else come to any conclusions.
okay.
Okay.
I've
All right.
yet to learn anything about anything. I've just been doing a lot of accounting, and the numbers are so not adding up. I could really use Madame Ingwait's books. Nothing makes sense here. I am very stressed out, you guys.
Speaking of, they have not brought back Madame Ingway or anything yet. So.
This is day 2. How far has Tedros gone into the ruin? How much do we know about the ruin?
He has a whole lot of notes, I will say that.
Fantastic. Because we don't have much more time to spend here, I don't think.
Montblanc also excavated a passage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Montblanc was also like digging out the passageway yesterday. While
Montblanc got the passage? Fantastic. Show me.
I don't know if he got it all the way through, but come on, let's take a
And
look.
just for the sake of sanity, that's where I am right now.
Okay. Montblanc. Yeah. Okay. So you arrive. You can all go over and you can arrive at the that passageway Montblanc dug out. It's basically a hallway that was cut off and like now just continues a little bit further along. But now you've run into the issue where that hallway basically now like it's been the hallway itself, like the building has been sliced through. It looks like it does continue on the other side, like there's just a gap in the hallway, like floor, ceiling, and walls. But because of that, and it's underground, you're basically dealing with just like now the entire outside is like all of the stones there that are burying this area are just kind of like filling that gap. So like if you dig it out, more just kind of collapses in. And so you're kind of a little stuck at that point now. But that's where Montblanc is standing.
Good morning, Montblanc. How is the excavation going?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, not great.
Alright. Okay. A little unnecessary.
Keeps piling back in. Anyways, any updates from your front?
The books are really not adding up. I really need Madame Ingway's information, and at this point, I am very stressed that no one has not returned.
Oh, no one hasn't returned yet. Anything else, anybody, that I need to know?
Or that maybe I need to know. You know, I feel like we've been here for a while and nobody's really been talking to me very much about anything.
Any letters?
Oh my god, did I not tell you about the...
Where is Tedros with us at this moment?
I'll say Tedros is walking around. Tedros, or what has Tedros been doing? Actually, yeah. Let's just.
Tedros was walking around a little bit and found the room with the ashes, and he's just been kind of kneeling there. And
well, when we
he'll kind of alternate between like kneeling and standing and trying to figure
Okay.
out what he could and should do. So he's just been in there, probably having a crisis.
Okay. I will tell you that the room of the ashes is like across the hall from the hallway they're all talking in. So like it's an echoey hallway. So like you can hear them all talking, and like you can hear someone say like, "Where's Tedros?"
I'm here. I'm coming.
Well, I'm glad we didn't have to go into the ash room to speak with him. It's really bad in there. It is gut-wrenching, to say the least.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what's up? How are you all doing?
I feel like we all should. Lady Galina expressed concerns about being left out of the loop, which I feel like we've all been off doing our own thing. And I advocated for communication at the beginning of this venture, so I feel like maybe we should sit down and talk. Not about our feelings, of course. Looking
Thank
at
you.
I think I had enough of that from yesterday. Uh, I don't know. Lord Canrow's office seems the best choice to talk. Especially that letter is deeply concerning to me.
Letter?
Letter.
A little
Oh, yeah.
confused.
We found a letter.
The Lord Canrow's office. Then
Got it. Got it. Galina, you don't have a notepad. Does that mean you're...
No, I am talking now. Isn't that lovely for everybody?
Is it beautiful to hear your voice again?
Thank you so much. A couple of the Aeolian soldiers did cower the moment they realized I could speak again, so, that was perhaps a wake-up call on how hard I've been driving all of the Aeolians here. But it's very nice to speak again, for sure.
All right. Yeah, we can go talk. We've got a lot of things to sort out. As soon as the caravan gets back, I'm ready to go. We have a lot of stuff we gotta do. So, please lead the way.
Don't know that the caravan's going to come back, but yes, let's go back to the office. And also, please stop calling it Canrow's office. It's my office now.
As we walk back, Victoria's gonna pull the 50 pieces of parchment out and the 5 inkwells and just hand them over to Tedros. Like, here you go. For your notes.
Okay. Thank you. I got it.
I also mentioned, Galina, when you talk about the caravan going back and leaving, the caravan did leave all of its spare elk.
Yes, there's still like 20, I believe.
Yeah, there's like 20 spare elk, all like equipped with the leg braces. So if you do need to leave, you do have the ability to get there just about as quickly as, or get back just about as quickly as the train would have allowed you to, by all riding just independently.
And as they walk into the office, Yulyanya is just kind of gonna like grab Princess by the sleeve and like kind of motion for her to stay back for a second.
And she will do so.
Princess, I heard you say that you want communication, and I understand, and I want communication too. But people don't talk to me like they talk to you. Could you keep me in the loop when you learn things?
Protect her. Don't let her know things.
I want to be helpful too.
I think you are very helpful to our group, but I am myself a very private person. I tell people what I feel they need to know when they need to know it, because information is dangerous. So, how about I tell you things that I think will keep you safe and will keep you well informed, but things that I think that are private and other people wouldn't want known. I'll keep that to myself until they give me permission to do so.
I'm not asking for people's secrets. I'm asking to be treated like an equal member of the party.
Of course. Yes, of course.
Thank you.
If anyone's not making you feel that way, if I'm not making you feel that way, you tell me straight away.
Okay. I just want to understand what's going on.
Yes, that's why I wanted us all to talk in one room and get everything out, so we're all on the same page.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
And she'll walk into the room.
Princess will follow.
Okay, you are all in. You're all in Galina's office, formerly Canrow's office.
Thank you. This is my office.
You can coordinate everything that everybody knows. If you want to bullet point this conversation, just because it's all technically information that like we all know, and just like be like, okay, your characters know things now. Like if you want to bullet point just like what things are important, just like everybody knows now, you can do that instead of like talking through the whole just rehashing information we've already gone over.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Fantastic.
Montblanc has some stuff he needs to bring up.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, I can say that for Tedros's part, he is not going to talk about the specifics of the information he's got, partially because he knows it's a ton and partially because he hasn't finished sorting it out himself. But he will let people know, like, hey, this place is known as the Elemental Magnifier. This is what it was for. I have a project I'm going to be working on, and I'm excited to show you when I'm done. But just in the meantime, know that. And then he will save the rest of it, the priestess part, for after other more important things have been talked about.
Okay.
I have nothing to share. Again, I've been pretty out of the loop doing accounting.
Alright.
Alright.
So, I told Princess this, but I figured I should tell everybody else. One, so people get off my back about me being so secretive, but also, just so everybody knows what's going on. Just in case someone gets stabbed in the back while they're sleeping.
Oh, I hope it's not me.
Who's going to stab us in the back?
A guy called Dieter von Stark.
Dieter von Teese?
No, Dieter von Stark. You know what?
That sounds a little bit of pretentious.
Maybe I'll
name.
keep it to myself.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm just very excited to be able to speak again. I'm sorry. I will be quiet now. I will pretend the poison is
Dieter
back.
von Stark murdered my captain,
It's horrible.
and I'm a noble.
You're a what now?
A noble.
From which area?
None of your fucking no. Titan's
Lord
grave.
Montblanc.
No.
The Titan's grave.
Lord Montblanc sounds very fancy.
My real name's not Montblanc.
But
My birth name is Sullivan Orncroft.
If Montblanc is what you want us to call you,
I want
then
you to call
Montblanc
me-
is your real name.
Yeah, but I'm not Lord Montblanc. I'm just Montblanc.
Horncroft.
Yeah, Sullivan Orncroft was my birth name. Long story short, I'm a noble. Served on a naval ship, and I was framed for a mutiny, thrown overboard with my captain. Captain died, and they bound my captain in these chains that I wield as my weapon.
It's fucked up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cuss, but that's fucked up.
What are you laughing about?
Just hearing Lady Galina curse. I'm sorry, it's not appropriate for this moment in time.
I know. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to curse. It's so unladylike, but fuck.
I mean, ladies curse all the time.
Absolutely.
Monty,
Yeah.
did all of that make you sad?
Yeah. After that happened, I woke up on a beach with this tattoo on my arm, and lived in a jungle by myself for 2 years, and then started hearing voices.
Hearing voices?
Yeah, a voice told me, curse Father Vengeance.
Curse Father Vengeance is not a real sentence.
No, they said one word at a time.
Oh,
Yeah, I lived in the jungle for a while. Thought I was on a deserted island, and eventually found a settlement called Tiburon, and they had wanted posters up for me because they had framed me for the mutiny and all that kind of stuff. And
But I thought they tried to kill you
Yeah.
and tossed you overboard.
yeah, that's what I thought too, right? And they said to leave me in the ocean, let the ocean claim me. But then there was wanted posters up for me. So I became Montblanc Montauban of Tiburon, and I joined a mercenary ship. some would call it pirates, but we sort of, instead of, killing people and stealing their shit, we stole from dickheads and nobles and gave them to people who deserved it. Like the poor people, the people that were trampled on by nobles who flaunt their power and all that kind of thing. And this Dieter von Stark, who orchestrated the mutiny, was my best friend. And he was the one who stabbed me and threw me overboard. And he became the new captain of the ship I sailed on, the Orchid. And
That's what you mentioned the other day.
Oh, you don't like flowers.
Oh.
I actually do like flowers.
Do you like orchids?
Of course.
Did you name the ship?
No, my captain did.
Oh.
And I was her midshipman, and we were really close. And I was there when she died. She survived the incident too, but died on the beach that I washed up on. And I took her coat. That's the coat I'm wearing. And eventually, I took the chain too, because I didn't want her body bound in chain. And sort of just traveled for a time. Came across some unsavory characters that were raiding the village. As part of the mercenaries I was on, we had a contract to deal with said bandits, and one of the bandits was a little more dangerous than the others, and gestures to the scars on his neck and his half torn off ear. Well, that bandit did that to me.
A hell of a bandit.
They were a lycanthrope.
What's a lycanthrope?
Yeah, what is that?
They were werewolf.
Werewolf.
And he points to the wolf-like eye that he has. Passed the curse on to me. And as I was bleeding out in the forest, my wounds started to close. And that entity spoke to me, and it said, "Curse."
So the 3 words you heard on the island were a prediction.
You're going to be a dad.
I don't think so. I'm looking for my father. He vanished when I was 15.
Makes more sense than my thing, for
we
sure.
We were on a fishing trip, me and my father, and we washed up on a rocky island, and he disappeared while looking for help. And I scoured the entire of the island. It was a small island, and I never found him. And I know what vengeance means. Von Stark, but yeah.
Von Stark is what they said the entire time.
And it's
Monty,
Dieter.
I'm
That's
so
what
sorry.
they said again.
Thank you, Neil.
I mean, it's awful, just awful that your best friend was the one who did that to you, but it's okay because now you have new best friends.
It's not okay. I returned to Tatton's grave after the wanted posters and everything happened, and I was looking to make sure my mother was okay. She is. But when I was there, Dieter showed up and sort of just threatened her and stuff. And
then we shall destroy him.
I'll destroy him.
We shall destroy him.
Yes, if it's not okay, then we can help make it okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be the one who kills him. Nobody else.
You get killing blow. You get killing blow.
Absolutely.
We'll just help you find him.
We as team destroy him. You get killing blow.
All right. The other reason I bring this up in my curse and everything is I found this organization, sort of order that kind of help people deal with such afflictions. I'm just warning you in case I turn at any point and I can't end up controlling it. I don't want to kill anyone or hurt anyone.
Do we have to chain you up on full
No,
moons?
no. They suppress the transformations until I'm able to control it. But they warn me that there's still a chance that once I am controlling these transformations, that there is still a slight chance that the bestial rage can take over at some points.
Well, as long as we don't have to chain you up every full moon, because I won't lie, I am very comfortable on the sea, but no sailor has ever taught me a single knot. No matter how many times I'm like, hello, I would like to learn. They're like, no, Lady Galina, you are a lady. Don't try to touch ropes. And I'm like, I could do it if you let me. Anyways, it's not point of story.
It's not that
Can
hard.
you even tie a knot? Can you even tie a knot in a chain?
I can.
I bet Monty can.
I can tie knots. I can sail ships. All that sort of stuff. You could say I have proficiency in sea vehicles.
I can command the room.
Montblanc, what was the name of this organization?
The lycanthropes.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to say that.
Well, the full moon is 8 days away.
Yeah. That's
It's
why
just
I've
7
been.
now.
That's why I've been checking
Why-
it out, kind of a little. I haven't experienced a full moon yet. Actually, I probably have.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
One last month, so.
Yeah, I've been around the full moon and I haven't transformed, but there's still the, I don't know, worry that I will, but they said they suppressed my ability to, they suppressed the curse, so I don't just transform on full moons. So I can do it at will, but not yet.
Princess, how do you know when the full moon is?
Me and Montblanc have many things in common.
Are you also a werewolf?
You know
Yes.
Dieter?
No, I do not know Dieter. My
Are
turn
you
was
Going to
more
the
willing
Inferno?
than Montblanc's.
Like,
You chose to become a werewolf.
It's complicated.
I can't believe we have 2 fucking werewolves, 2 ASMRs, and 2 fucking tieflings. I love this
Thank
game.
you. Welcome to the freak out I've been having for
I love
like
this fucking
10
game.
weeks.
This is insane.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like the
parallels.
only people
I've
in
just
this
been-
campaign who made their characters together are me and Rose, and it's fucking crazy that there's 2 of each.
All right.
We were just like connect, like we all just like
Yeah.
I don't know, mind meld.
all just vibrating on a
amazing.
higher frequency,
All right,
and we're all just like,
Fine. They're called the Order of the Gnat.
I feel like I could have guessed that one.
Yeah.
Would I, with my group of lycanthropes, recognize that name?
No,
No. Cool.
completely different and from very far away.
They're
Like
Is that NIGHT or KNIGHT?
I guess you'll have to find out.
Oh, a mystery, I love it.
yeah, like countries apart.
They
So,
they
yeah.
took up refuge in a what I think's a haunted forest. It's pretty desolate. And they help people kind of utilize their cursed blood. Not all everyone there is a werewolf. Some were were-rats, were-tigers, were-bats, all kind of assorted ones. But
Anywhere sea creatures?
no.
Well, never mind.
But
I'm so sorry.
Hey!
She's gonna be here for a second.
Hello? Hello?
You might have to turn your webcam off because there's like rules with Twitch about underage children being on. Just
Because there's a
Oh,
what?
is there?
yeah, there's like a thing with like without parental consent, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting. Okay.
it's weird. Yeah.
Okay, bye, baby.
Okay.
I love babies. Oh, I love babies.
She loves
Well,
you guys too.
Unlike Montblanc, I do not have the current capability of suppressing my turn.
Oh, do we have to tie? Luckily, I feel like Montblanc can probably tie a good knot.
Yeah.
Maybe something stronger than rope.
Yeah.
Oh god, we have to find something in 8 fucking. For instance, you maybe could have brought this up sooner. I'm sorry.
7.
I didn't know I was going to be with a group. I was gonna fuck off after I killed this guy. I didn't
Well,
know
I'm
this
glad
was going
you
to be a
didn't,
long-term
but-
adventure.
Fuck, we have to find something in 8 days.
The
7.
7.
We have to find something in
Seven.
7 days?
Sorry, correction.
It's fine, we will. We will.
These
You slept last night, so it's a day later.
Oh yeah.
But these lycanthropes, they also taught us the art of Hemocraft. Blood magic.
Oh, that sounds a bit
Uh,
creepy.
so
Ooh.
basically, I can use my abilities and manipulate the blood inside other creatures. So, for example, right now I can manipulate the blood inside a creature and cause them to stop moving. Kind of just freeze on the spot.
How long can you hold that for?
About a minute.
Never mind.
Yeah, I can.
Well, to last all night.
I
Yeah.
can. Yeah. But not all night, no. Just sort of like temporarily, if I'm trying to kill someone, I can freeze them, and then
Please don't kill me.
I won't.
I think we can work around having to kill anybody.
Yes. Well, I'm glad we know the things that to prevent us from killing one another. Personally, I was a bit concerned when you said that you kill monsters. I was wondering what you classified under that umbrella.
It depends. Usually, I'm given a contract to do it. I don't just go do it willy-nilly. It's generally for monsters that have been terrorizing people and killing lots of people and that sort of thing. Or if I'm attacked by a monster, obviously I'll defend myself. But I don't purposely go out of my way to kill monsters, especially ones who were, what's the word? Able to talk.
Fair. Well,
I kind of have a soft spot for lycanthropes based on my affliction.
Yes. I as well. I don't think we can stay here for very much longer. They haven't come back. I don't think me shifting amongst all these people is inherently safe. And this letter is...
No, we definitely do head back to the camp. I feel like Madame Ingwe probably isn't there, but I have to check just to be sure. And then from there, I don't know. Obviously, I would like to go to Aor to figure things
Yulyanya's
out
family,
from there.
however, is still a concern.
Exactly what I was about to say is that Yulyanya's family went missing from this area, and I'm not comfortable leaving before we find at least a clue.
I don't want to hold us back. I don't know where my sister is. I don't know where the troop is, and I might never know. But this is important, and if we need to go to Aor, we should go to Aor.
Aor is quite large, and Lady Galina, is there any region in which there is weakness? In loyalty or resources or power?
Yes, Aor is an empire, and like all empires, we don't necessarily receive all of our land in the kindest of ways. Off the top of my head, I think Aor has recently delved into 3 new territories, which would be the easiest hotbeds of radicalization and or people willing to work against the empire. from what I know, Jovendel seems the least likely. They chose to become protected under Aor. They're maintaining their own kind of
Government.
exactly, just kind of under Aor. But then there's also Lunawell, which honestly at this point is nearly wiped out.
Is that
Aor,
a northern country?
is that a northern country?
Let me pull up the map again.
One second, I am looking at my mental map. I have it memorized. It's all in here. 1 second, please. One more moment. I'm almost ready.
All right.
It's a big country.
Yeah. So, which one? So let's see. Lunawell is actually it's like middle. It's like right in the middle.
No, Lunawell is quite in the middle of Aor.
Jovendel is directly across from. Is like right across from Sveruk, where you are now.
Jovendel is the closest to Sveruk for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Aldoreth is.
And Aldoreth is further north. Aldoreth is and actually Montblanc would know this one. Aldoreth is due south across from Titan's Grave.
Aldoreth is quite is the most north of the newest land prospects. But we've only recently Aor has only recently started its movement into Aldoreth. So
yeah,
we don't have
Aldoreth
a
is
very strong...
Aldoreth is northeast. Though,
northeast,
so,
like I said. Yes,
yeah.
Northeast is what I said.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've heard of it.
Yes.
So none of those reach the like northwestern corner of your Aor that reaches up in I think the direction in the direction that these people would be originating from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, I don't know if it would be necessarily that pertinent to rush back to Aor if that's a lot of ground to cover to find one person, one agent.
You're right.
Do any of you are you familiar with the country of Cardwin?
No.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Personally, I made a promise to Yule that I'd help them find their family, so that's what I want to do.
Well,
Yeah.
there are two things I would like to do right now. One, I feel like we've been very open and honest with each other, so I would like to share a bit about me and Viktoria. But before that, I would like to cast a spell. I would like to cast Augury, please.
Okay.
And the information I'm looking for, the specific course of action that I plan to take, it does say within the next 30 minutes. So I'm going to pretend like I'm going to do it within the next 30 minutes.
Okay.
Is I am wondering if it's a good idea to leave for Aor in the next 30 minutes in regards to finding clues about Yul's family.
Oh, okay. So leaving directly for Aor.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You get back woe.
What the fuck is woe?
It means
The
bad.
bad one.
Bad.
It's
no, okay.
Wheel,
I'm
woe,
looking
wheel,
at
and
it now.
woe, nothing. Yes. You
All
get
right,
the
we
bad
definitely
one.
don't want to head straight to Aor. That's a very bad idea. We're not going to do that. We're going to spend some time looking around for sure. Good to know. Thank you, Lady Fate. Anyways.
You're welcome.
Actually, so wait, real quick. You would know the way the spell works.
Yes.
The options are wheel, woe, which are good and bad. Wheel and woe, which is like it's a little both. And then there's nothing, which nothing is like nothing. Based on the categorization of the spell, wasting time would count as nothing. Woe means actively bad things would happen.
All right. So from what I can understand, if we leave for Aor now, is a terrible idea. Real bad. We're not going to do that. We're going to do other things first, I think, is probably the best course of action. But okay, so because everybody has been so forthcoming with their I love babies.
She thinks it's a bad idea too.
She agrees. She agrees.
yeah.
She's right.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry. That just made me so happy. I can't. I just love babies. Rose, tell them about her backstory.
Where do I start?
No, I'm good. Okay. So because as we're being so open and honest with each other, I feel the need to let you all know that Viktoria and I aren't originally from Aor, which you may have understood based off the fact that we sound like this and nobody else we've run into from Aor sounds like this. But Viktoria and I are approximately 24 years old. We're not entirely sure because we woke up 5 months ago in a very strange place with no recollection of our lives before we woke up. And we woke up, Viktoria had her axe, I had my shield, we had our cards, and that was the only things we had. And when we woke up, there was the body of an elderly woman nearby, and the only thing on her body was a note that said, "He is coming." And I've been trying to find answers for that, but nothing has come up. We spent a couple of months being genuinely street urchins, telling fortunes for coin, before Uncle Bliam picked us up off the streets and anointed us nobles. And so, yeah, that's basically it.
Well, do you know that you're twins then?
Yeah.
I mean,
Do we not look alike?
No.
we look very
I'm
similar.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know we do not look alike.
We look very similar.
Is your uncle your real uncle?
No.
We don't know.
I mean, we
To be
don't know, but
honest.
probably, realistically, probably not.
Realistically, probably not. He's just really fun old dude that was like,
He's
hey.
very sweet. He loves occult stuff. He was really into the whole card reading thing we had going on.
He was
Which,
literally
honestly-
just like, hey, you guys read cards, come live with me. And we were
Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah, that's not
And-
weird at all.
But and then he was like, "Oh wow, you're actually very good at the whole noble stuff." I talked to it like a fish to water, of course. And so, look, he made us nobles. He officially like included us in the family. But yeah, that's why like we can read cards, but we don't know how we can read cards because clearly we were trained to read the cards, but it happened before we woke up, and everything before we woke up is gone.
Interesting.
Maybe it has to do with what I was going to talk about.
Oh, the priestess stuff?
So, going through all of the many questions that I asked, as it turns out, this place, the Elemental Magnifier, is a joint operation of the Union. The Draconic Union is what this is all called, part of it, and the Isle of Parmentis. And apparently the rulership for the Isle of Parmentis was a collection of priestesses, 4 of which, at least I think there's 4. It makes sense that there's 4, but they read cards like both of you do.
There are only 2 of us.
Which would mean, I guess, that there's 2 others out there somewhere, but
I think if we had 2 other sisters out in the world, we would know about that. I
And
don't
they would probably have been with us when we woke up.
exactly.
There are a lot of things that can move people around. There's no guarantees.
And how do we even know that they were the same cards that we read?
Could be different cards.
Could be
I
different
think it's a
cards.
little bit suspicious for there to be two different sets of magical cards that can only be used by very specific people.
And then the mural on
yeah.
the ceiling.
You're right. I am being a little defensive about the
As
idea of
someone
me
who
forgetting
believes in
sisters.
fate
for sure.
and luck, you have
Oh,
a...
shut up!
I'm just saying.
How dare
I've
you use
already-
our own beliefs
I've-
against us?
I've already admitted to being defensive about this. Ugh.
It's all right. We don't know what any of it means. I have a direction for where it is from here, but I'm basically gonna have to learn a brand new system of math.
Well, I can help.
Maybe, I guess, but
Again, accounting is my whole thing. I'm very good at math.
okay, that's fine, but that's gonna take us some time, and we can probably find some clues about where the troop went in the meantime. So my vote is for that.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any water in this room?
Sure. Yeah. You're in. Or wait, no. Where did
Galina's
you moved?
office.
You moved back to Galina's office. Okay. Then yeah, there's like a pitcher of water.
I'm gonna go over the pitcher of water.
Okay.
Sometimes my entity speaks out loud, and I'm kind of curious to see if anything will happen. I'm gonna look into the pitcher of water.
Okay.
Hello. Could use your guidance right now. Anything you can say. I know you can speak out loud, you sneaky little devil. Anything you can say to guide us, give us a hint or something about Yule's family or the troop.
Silence.
Maybe I should say something. Well, I mean, I told Princess about it already. But my sister's not actually my sister.
Huh.
So, I mean, if you ask about my family, maybe the entity doesn't think that I have any family.
Right.
Yul, can you do me a favor for one moment?
Yes?
Can you touch my deck?
Okay.
My deck is only corporeal to me and Viktoria. It's only corporeal to people who can actually read these cards. So I want to see if Yul can touch them.
She reaches to touch them.
Right through.
All right, never mind.
But your cards are so much cooler than mine. Mine don't do that.
It's because you're more connected to Earth. I'm very connected to water. Very wishy-washy.
I'm
You kind of
rather
are
connected to
wishy-washy
Earth.
sometimes.
You watch your fucking mouth.
You watch your
I'm
fucking
sorry,
mouth.
I'm
I mean-
cussing so much.
As
It
this
would
is
make
happening,
sense. Wait, it would
Sorry.
it would make sense that I can't go through the air when I mean I'm also connected to Earth. They say that I just popped out of the ground.
What?
Like a dwarf.
That's what I mean that's what they say.
I feel like I
Don't
woke
just
up
pop
and
out
I've
of
just been
the
getting
ground, though.
constantly punched in the gut since.
You asked
while
to
you're
be
all talking
briefed.
while you're all
My
talking about this, Montblanc still standing over by the water.
Yeah, yelling into
the
it.
water, and you're still. You're still looking at it.
Yeah.
Shadows like tendrils swirl briefly, and the water just ripples, and then it kind of like ripples and like bubbles up a little bit, almost
Cool.
like when you play like really loud
Yeah.
sound next to water. It just kind of like spritzes
Yeah.
up for a second, and you hear three words in that voice. All of you do actually. It like emanates
go.
up from the water.
Here we go.
The three words you say is, "Idleness is death."
Yeah, that's my entity that I talk to.
What
Does
the
that
fuck?
voice sound at all like Leviathan?
No. Different voice.
That is fucking wild.
What does your water thing look like? Looks like the thing you summon.
Yes.
Yeah, my entity looks like a writhing eyeball covered in tentacles.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a whole lot, my friend. That is an energy to have.
I don't really like doing this, and I don't like doing this. Okay. Don't be weirded out.
Idleness is
Okay.
death.
And then
I feel
Princess
like
gonna
after
start to-
everything that's happened, it's gonna take a lot to weird us out.
Yes, I know this is a lot for everyone. I just want us. I believe what your entity was trying to say is that we need to move the fuck on and pick a choice, make a decision, which I completely agree. So, all right. And then Princess is gonna sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce, like she did in the snow a few nights ago, and she's gonna like just let the voices overcome her. And what you guys will see, you won't see like shadows or anything, but her eyes kind of like just like go like milky white, shadowy, and she looks completely not with this like plane of reality.
All right. Go ahead.
Waving
and
hand over face.
Let me pull up the thing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask you to roll me for the thing. I just need to remember if you remember what the thing is that you roll.
Yeah.
That'd be
Trying
fantastic.
to find the right dice. Hold on.
I just realized that's the first time my entity said a complete sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And not just 3 words separately.
Yes. D4.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, it's no modifier on it.
Yeah.
It's 2.
Okay. So you let the voices wash over you and wash over you and wash over you, and they just get louder and louder and louder, and all these overlapping voices. You can't make out a single thing that any of them are saying, and they just keep getting louder and louder and louder. For the next minute, you can't hear anything anyone else in the room is saying.
All right.
Oh man.
Yule is just waving a hand in front of Princess's face.
Yeah.
I have a thought. Tedros, I'm sorry, but have you figured out how to use this place without human sacrifices at all?
Not yet. That would have been one
Because-
of the other things I could try to ask about. I don't
Here
know
is
if
my
the details
thought.
will be there though.
Is that Yulyanya, you said that the ice spirits were a part of the familial attack, yes?
Yes.
And there was the ice, like, I'm just wondering if we maybe somehow summon that spirit back to here to see if we can speak to it at all. I know a lot of elementals can communicate in the primordial language, which is my first language, mine and Victoria's like mother tongue.
Do you think that would work?
If we could figure out how to summon it here, then perhaps if it knows anything, or if it doesn't, it can ask other elementals. I don't know. I wish I knew more.
I suppose that you guys should know things about who you're looking for. Sister's name is Reverence Skybringer. She came into my life a long time ago, probably over 10 years now. I didn't really have anyone growing up besides Papa, and he doesn't even know really where I came from, or at least he won't tell me. He keeps saying that I popped right out of the dirt in the lettuce patch. And so I worked as a farmer for a long time until suddenly Sister Reverence came to visit, and she took a liking to me and started to visit often. And every time she would come, she would teach me things. So I learned gymnastics and how to be an acrobat and the way of the sun soul. But she would go a lot, and I don't really know where she'd go to. So I'm coming to think that maybe she just left me.
Also, just not to correct you on your own backstory, but your sister's the name you gave me for your sister is Reverence Sky Taker.
Oh shoot. Forgot about that.
Yeah, Reverend
That's important.
Skytaker, Yulyanya Skybringer.
That's important. That's a big one.
Mhm.
Okay, yes.
Not to actually your backstory, but actually.
No, thank you for
Well,
actualing me.
I've had you that a few times, Sam.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Honestly, every time I say
Alright.
anything about my backstory, I like also just kind of like glance at Sam to be like, does he look confused?
Sam forgot his character's mother's name, so that was fun.
Okay, look, right. I have it written down. No, the big one was that I forgot about my own character's mentor figure, and then he got mentioned, and I was just like, no think, blank look, and then the other section was like, oh, that guy.
You know, this isn't a problem if you just don't share your backstory, you know?
Correct.
You just
No,
keep
yeah.
it to yourself.
True.
You don't have
Well-
to get fact checked.
So I'm just beginning to wonder if maybe she left me. Maybe they all
Nonsense.
left me.
Nonsense. You get those thoughts out of your head.
They would have to be insane.
I mean, I'm not supposed to exist. So I wouldn't be
What does that
surprised
mean?
if. I mean, there's not anyone else like me in the valley. I
That does
haven't
not mean you
seen
are not
anyone.
meant to
Yeah.
exist.
Hmm?
That does not mean you are not meant to exist. Fate saw it fit to put you in this world for a reason.
Yeah, fate.
You are meant to exist.
You, yeah,
The
you,
I
people,
am
in-
like you.
the people where I come from don't think that.
Well, then those people are stupid and you don't need them.
There are a lot of people who think backwards where I'm from, and that's a big reason why I'm not here. I'm not there. I'm here because I
was
refuse to
very
live
shocked
with
by
people who are going to
Well, they
make my
tend to
existence
say
what they want.
a lot about what my mother and father must have been like, and I wouldn't know anything about that, or if they even exist. I used to dream of having a mother, but I don't know if any of it's real.
I want you to look at me, right? Look at me. Look at our similarities. And you tell me if you believe anything that they had to say, they could have possibly said about somebody like me. Because I don't think they could have. And if they can't say it about me, then they cannot say it about you.
Thank you, Galina.
And I'm just gonna like wrap her up in a hug.
So yeah.
Has it been a minute yet? Because I've missed
Yeah,
all
a minute has passed. A minute has passed.
Yeah, you good? You're looking kind of crazy there for a second. Are you okay?
I will tell you, were trying to get information, so I will tell you that through all of that minute of listening, at the very end, it's like the voices kind of peel away, not like, they don't just end all at once, they kind of like peel away in layers, so you are able to make out a single sentence from one of them, which is, "You're in danger."
Oh, you just scared the shit out of me. Don't do that, Samuel.
That was great.
Redeemed ASMR stream. I just want to talk.
How long was I out?
A minute.
Minute.
Not long.
We have to go. We
Yeah.
cannot stay.
My entity said idleness is death.
Oh,
They
well,
have
I mean, I
elk.
thought-
You all heard that
Yeah,
one.
you all
The
heard-
pitcher just suddenly
You all
like
heard my
spoke
entity, yeah.
in this like deep gurgling voice.
Idleness? Who's idleness?
I mean, staying here,
Idleness.
staying still.
Stand still.
Yeah.
We need to move.
We need to go.
Lady Galina, who is someone you trust here to put in charge of the renovations? I'm sure this is a place.
I've
that we can
already
get
been
back.
working on it.
You-
I just have to
Uh,
speak to Will Have and let her know that she is officially in charge and we're good to go. She has
Yeah.
all
I
of
should
my
inform them
instructions
of
already.
the hallway that Monty started excavating, and maybe to build it out so it doesn't
Yeah.
collapse. Some scaffolding there. I don't know what else.
We could think about it on the way, but like you said, we
Yeah.
gotta go. We gotta go.
Let's go.
Where are we gonna go?
Back to wherever Lady Ingwe. They haven't returned. That does not bode
She
well.
is not a fucking lady. Sorry, I'm cussing so much today. She's just oh, I hate her so much.
Well,
There's like that bit of rage that you saw when Galina was like holding trial for Casta is like starting to like seep back into like her hair and like her eyes as she starts thinking about Madame Ingwe again. She's like, no, we're going to get her. It's fine. Yes, I'll go speak to Wilhelm.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to go.
I don't think we should go straight back though.
Where should we go before we go straight back?
Well, if the caravan's not back, that means that there's a slowdown. And if there's a slowdown, we don't know why it's been slowed down.
And also, we'd have to trek through the Stone Sea on elk, right?
That part's not too hard, or not too bad, but
It probably got caught by the land shark.
I was about to say, what about the land sharks?
Well, I mean, it would take, I don't know, basically a wagon train full of land sharks to stop the entire wagon train.
I think we should
My theory is that they got there and something happened when they got there, something stopped them on the way there.
We should take this one step at a time, else we're going to get stuck in analysis paralysis.
Exactly.
Both me and Princess got apparently we got word from our separate entities that staying here is a bad idea.
I didn't say anything about.
Oh no, I thought you did. Okay.
you just saw my eyes go white.
Sorry, I thought you did. Yeah, my entity said idleness is death, so we gotta go.
And all I know is that we can't go straight from here to Aor.
No.
What if we don't go far?
Go far? What do you mean?
Our first time in the Stone Sea, Viktoria and I were, as you've heard many times, almost eaten by a land shark. It wasn't because we chased it off that it ran off, but because we were approached by someone who scared them off and seemed to have a pretty solid grasp of moving around the area.
God, what was her name? Oh my god. It was.
I literally just wrote it down.
Nuela.
Yes.
Nuela. It's not Abby. I thought it was Abby, everybody, but I thunk on it a little bit, and it was Nuela.
Well, where is that woman located?
Well, she said that she's in the village to the north. I think more north than northeast or something like that.
Wouldn't that be past where we're going?
Wait a minute, Princess, didn't we meet in the village north?
Well, no, it's
we could go
big
where
country. You were like all the way north. You're currently all the way south.
We could go where Yulyanya met. That's where her people were taken. Was there? That's where the troop disappeared. We didn't get a chance to look around that area because we came this way. That would be
a good idea.
Yeah,
we could figure out what's going on from there.
Do we have time before we leave to at least try to summon the ice spirit?
No. I don't think so.
Maybe we could summon it when we get there. I mean,
yeah, it's if it's showed up where, yeah.
Yeah, the attack happened like way up there. I think I'm not very good at geography.
This is the home of it. Why would we not try and summon it from the home?
Because we're getting warnings that staying here is a bad idea. And we're
30 minutes. That's all I'm asking. 30 minutes.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, neither do I.
We will figure it out. Leave it to me and Viktoria.
Okay, well, I
have to speak to Wilhelm first.
All right, well, I'm gonna start packing up my stuff, making sure everything is sorted out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check outside and make sure nothing's coming.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I'm gone.
And I'm following Montblanc.
Right, just check the out. Make sure the straps and everything's still secure. I don't. Okay, all right.
We're gonna die.
What are we going to
go down?
do?
I'm gonna go down and see if I can figure out how to work this thing in a short period of time. I'll try.
I basically just want to find Wilhelm and be like, it's officially a go. Like, you have my stack of papers that are telling you in excruciating, micromanaging detail what I expect of you. And like, it is now officially time to start that. And then I'm going to meet up with good old Tedros to try to just fucking luck it out. Just see if we can do it.
Tedros, really quick, between Tedros and Galina, either both of you make me an intelligence check or one of you make me an intelligence check with advantage.
How are you feeling about advantage, Tedros?
I have a +1.
I also have a +1.
So
let's both roll.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's a good. That's a 19 total.
Okay. Tedros, there is someone you could ask about that.
Stone man.
Is it me? Because I rolled
No,
a
it's
natural
the-
20 for a
Oh.
The
21.
stone man.
Yeah. You, based on what they told you, there is a statue that answers all questions
Yes.
about this place and its operation. And
Yeah,
so
no, that's
from
what I was
the
going
ground,
down.
you just go ask.
Maybe we
That's
should
what I
go
meant by
ask.
going down, but I'm not.
Oh, okay.
After spending 2 days asking questions, he's very much aware that there's a hard limitation to exactly how much information he can get.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, like we're gonna go ask, but don't expect don't like it's not a guaranteed answer.
So fair. I was honestly just hoping to walk into the big dome place and vibe it out. So
That
this
is
is a
exactly
much
what
better-
Victoria's doing.
this is a much better sequence of events. Let's go ask.
Okay,
All right.
so you can go down to get up to the stone man. He activates and you can speak to him again.
Hi. We are going to. Is there a way to call the spirits to this place
Without human sacrifice.
without human sacrifice?
Human sacrifice is not an intended part of the functioning of this building.
And for that, I'm
Good to
very
know. Good to know.
As far as calling spirits goes, the method of calling and communicating spirits is also not a function of this building. The building functions once they have already been called and spoken with. That is something left to the people. That function has been left to the delegation from Quatmentis.
Well,
Sorry, how far away was Quatmentis again?
Oh. Quatmentis was, let me find the number again. 60 Kentramars off the coast of Bentarol.
60 comes from Mars. And what is the next lower unit in this system?
I have all of that. It's in my notes. I asked all of that, Galina. Don't.
Okay,
don't worry.
great. Did you ask exactly how tall this thing is in whatever its function is in whatever
I
unit?
have the measurements in their base units for their shooting iron, so I can kind of back work it from there. It's just going to take a lot of time to figure out what names, but the important part is if we can't summon that, then we maybe need to get out of here right now.
Does this mean we're heading to Quatmentis?
Eventually, but I don't know if it's happening right now.
And sorry,
way
which
more
direction is
concerned.
Quatmentis again?
It's
West.
60 Kentramars northwest from here.
No,
Fucking-
it is 60 Kentramars off the coast of Bentarol. It is from
Okay.
here, it is west.
Where the
Okay.
fuck is Bentramal?
You don't know.
Is there like a world map that I, Galina, would have seen as a noblewoman of Aor that like I could be like, hey, here's an island that doesn't have a name to it.
Islands, I mean, like pretty much every island has a name to it. Whether or not they're inhabited or something is
Okay,
also a possibility.
I'm just seeing if I can work out if I can like if I were to like mind palace look at the world map that I've definitely seen as a noblewoman who deals primarily in trade and whatnot. Just to kind of like narrow down like west. Just if there's like even like 3 or 4 islands that I can be like one of these 4 might be it.
Not at the top of your head right now, especially. You probably have to be looking at a map.
All right, we gotta find the world map. I'm really good at geography. I might be able to pull something. Oh fuck.
Yep. Okay. Are there any other questions that you think we need to ask? Because this is probably the last opportunity we're going to get for a long time. I don't know how easy it's going to be able to come back here. And as much as I would love to just have this be it, we've got so much more we got to do. So. Actually,
I don't know that I know anything that we could ask that it would actually know.
One last question. Is this one of the priestesses from the Isle of Parmentis?
What is it going to say to that? Actually, it's going to say, none of the priestesses of Quatmentis came down to this workshop, so I have not encountered any of them.
Well, it was worth a shot. All right, we should get going. If there's anything we still need to pack, we gotta take care of it.
Second, we're in the workshop. She has to have an office. She has to have an office. Where is the blah blah blah's name's office? How can I get there? Where is it?
Oh, the Magister's office is located in the eastern wing of the building. That would be down the hallway that Montblanc was excavating.
Yup.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do the elementals attack people normally without being controlled?
Elementals have a history of being elemental spirits of the weather and land, and tied in heavily to the natural state of things. Similar to weather, they can be very fickle and have a tendency to attack without warning and without perceived reason. Though sometimes they do so particularly aggressively when they feel that the natural balance of things is being interrupted or upset. But otherwise, sometimes they attack without rhyme or reason.
And Tedros translates all of that.
Yes, because this thing is speaking Draconic, so Tedros is translating.
I think
I speak Draconic.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. All right, look, I know, Galina, I know, but this is uncovering information from a civilization long past. It's a marathon. It's not a race.
I agree entirely. I have to go speak to Wilhab again. I need to update the task list. Okay. I will meet you outside. Meet up in 3.5 minutes, and immediately just like booking it. Just Wilhab.
Yeah.
I have to change your instructions. We need the eastern corridor cleared out first. Main priority.
And before Tedros heads back out to double check his supplies and check everything, he puts a hand on Yule's shoulder and says, "We'll find out."
I believe you.
Okay.
I have to, right?
We'll go with that. And he walks off.
Oh, but she'll follow back up.
Okay. All right. Outside, Montblanc and Princess were checking on the elk and just kind of like keeping an eye out, seeing if anything was arriving. You don't see anything arriving. You can look out from the distance. You can climb up higher up and look out. You don't really see movement or anything.
Rat.
A land shark. You have any idea what that might be?
I don't know. Do I have any idea what that might be?
Roll, find out.
I believe in session 1 we did say yes, Monty did know of land sharks.
Or is that I don't remember.
You're also stressed right now, so I'll have you just roll again.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, that is going to be probably one of the. You can identify what that is. You can identify Bullet, the burrowing, carnivorous, territorial creatures.
Yeah, they're called bullets. They burrow. They're carnivorous. They're big. They're not to be fucked with. Very territorial, carnivorous. Yeah.
Right.
Here's the thing, and I hate saying it. There's a lot of elk here, yeah?
There is.
We take one each we still travel with the rest, and if need be, we can set the rest loose as bait for the bullet if it shows up. It has like a tremor sense. It can sense movement along the ground. So we're all galloping on these things. We could send a few of them
We
off.
can't leave these people here without a way to get out.
I know, and I'm not saying take all of them. Take enough for each of us, and maybe we could double up. But
I mean, it's.
I'm not confident enough in my writing abilities to be able to handle.
Oh,
two
when'd
at
you
once.
get here?
Oh, you. Hi, Lady.
Oh, sorry, I found will have. It's been very stressful.
Yeah, you get everyone is starting to gather up out front at this point.
I was in the dorm room vibing it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not really getting much.
Well,
We're all very stressed.
Well, Princess, that's my suggestion. We each double up if we have to, and then bring extras along for bait. Otherwise, we're not getting across that without attracting the ire of the bullet.
I mean, if we follow the path of the train, does there it's still like the I don't know, like the path that made
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It
Still be
lay,
there.
because especially with 60 elk pulverizing the ground, and combined with like the like wagon ruts basically of like the whole thing being pulled through. Yeah, it left a path. Like it's
I
been a
feel
few
like
days, so the wind has gotten to it, but it's still visible.
I feel like if we stay on path, it shouldn't be too awful. I don't know. I don't know the habits of bullets or
I'm just more concerned about it. Like I said, tremor sense. It'll hear us moving no matter what. I'm just thinking if we have like an extra few things we can separate as bait to lure it off our path, the better, rather.
Galina, they're your elk, essentially.
That is a terrific point you bring up. I'm sorry, I don't think we can take any extra with us.
All right, and then how confident are y'all in fighting a land shark if it pops out of the ground?
I'm confident in your abilities for sure.
I will probably not be fighting a land shark.
Well, then I'll die doing what must be done.
Yulyanya's gonna pop up. She went to grab her stuff, put on all the cloaks and grab the bag and everything. And she's gonna be like, Monty, why wouldn't you fight a land shark? I know you'd win.
They're really
Perhaps
good.
this is hypocritical of me, but I don't know about you, but I'm getting on this elk and I'm leaving this place
Well,
because
yeah.
I'm more frightened of whatever might happen if we stay here rather than whatever the hell is out there.
Yeah.
And then Princess is gonna hop on an elk and look at you guys and wait.
I think I'm gonna make like
Right.
really deep eye contact with Princess for a second and just be like, am I leaving all of these people here to die?
Are you asking me that?
I don't know. You're just the closest eye contact to make. I'm sorry, don't look at me.
I believe that if we stay here, people out there are in danger rather than the people here.
Yeah.
I do not
Right.
think these people are in danger. I think the danger is staying.
You
You're right.
think
The danger is focused on us and not on. You're right. I'm getting on the elk. I get on the elk.
Yule,
Are
do
you
you
getting on the
want
back of the elk with me, or like, are we doubling up? Like,
Yule, do you want to ride with
you
me?
said you weren't confident in your writing skills.
I'm really
All right.
not. Victoria was much better at the classes than I was, so if you're willing to share,
I
would
will-
really
Yul's
appreciate
gonna
it.
just kind of like be bouncing and be like, toss me.
All right, I'm gonna throw Yule up onto the back of one of the elk and then climb up on that one.
Okay.
This is gonna hold out her hand for Lady Galina to get up onto the horse.
I will get up onto the elk.
Or horse. Elk.
Oh man, I have
Uh,
never done this before.
Is Victoria back?
If she's not
Yeah,
getting vibes from the dome room, then yeah, she'll join.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I feel like we snatched her on our way out.
Yeah.
She's
Alright.
just
Okay.
like sitting crisscross applesauce, and we're like, no, get up, we're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so close.
I'm
I,
vibing.
as I climb up onto the, I threw that away. Never mind. I threw away my lucky rabbit foot.
Oh yeah.
Quick question before we actually depart. Does it look like the elk are comfortably handling it? the weight of two each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you gonna do 2, 2, and 2?
Yeah. If that's
Okay.
Sure.
If the elks seem like it's comfortable, then yeah.
They can do it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
All right.
Just like the first time we came out here and almost died to a land shark, and she'll help
Wonderful.
him
Let's
up
hope
onto
we
the
don't
milk.
repeat that.
On the plus side, if things go bad, I did make a really potent healing potion yesterday, so
Wonderful. I have 2 uses of healing magic with me currently.
yeah. Just
All of my magic is damaging today, everybody.
Oh,
so
man.
like, let's not.
well,
Right.
All
time
right.
to go.
All right. So y'all start riding.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you heading?
To where I said I wanted to, we said we should go to where the incident happened, I think, right? Where with Yule's.
Or are we going to the? Are we doing the incident or the camp?
Okay.
So there's
Let's
you talked about
reverse
2
back.
places. You talked about 2 places. All right. So there's 2 places you talked about. There's where Ingwe. There's where Madame Ingwe is. The other place you talked about was where Montblanc and Yulyanya met, which is the capital of this country.
So we would kind of have to go past the camp anyway.
You would have to basically bypass, swing wide, bypass the
Stop
camp,
by
and then
the
go
camp,
there.
Then the cap. See what's
Yeah.
at the camp, then go to the
Camp,
cap.
Got it.
Camp,
do a
camp.
quick.
Okay,
You do
so-
a quick search of the camp. See if Ingwe left any of those fucking books I need.
I doubt
hate
it
her
at this
so
point,
much.
but
I hate her.
All right,
All
and
right.
Montblanc's gonna
Okay.
start going.
So you're riding back to the camp where Ingwe is. All right.
Yeah.
You're all riding for a while.
I would
And
like to
I
do
am-
something.
I am listening for burrowing.
Okay. As you're all riding, I'm guessing you're all keeping your eyes out as you're riding.
yeah.
Yes.
So I will say, who's steering and who's in the back in each
I'm
of these?
steering.
I'm steering.
I'm in the back.
I'm steering. With
Okay, so
Yuliana.
it's Montblanc Princess are steering for the third elk. Who's steering that one?
I'm hoping Victoria, because that way Tedros can keep an eye out.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So then
Um,
I'm gonna
I
say
just
Perception.
imagine though with the
Is that
with
a
the-
yes or a-
I
We
just
can switch
imagine
off.
Sure.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
with the size though, like I imagine Yulyanya in the front and Monty can
Yes,
just steer
yeah,
over
yeah.
her.
Yeah. Okay. So perception checks from everybody. Those of you who are not steering, you have advantage because you don't have to focus on steering. You have full awareness.
13.
Advantage.
Or sorry, 15. 12 plus 3.
Sorry, rolling twice and taking the better.
Yeah.
Yep.
18.
Okay.
I rolled double 4s, so 9.
Cool.
I'm very
should
angry
be
and stressed out.
19. Yes, 19.
Okay.
Non-nat 20.
Ooh. Okay.
I rolled a 19 for an 18.
Oh,
But there is something bold that I would like to be doing while we ride.
Ooh. What's that? Okay.
So now that we're all caught up and I know about the like the elemental messages, like the Leviathans and the Leviathan blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking that like maybe that's part of the summoning. I am just going to be like on the back of our elk, repeating all 4 of those messages, just like a mantra, like a chant, in primordial.
Okay. Actually, I totally forgot as you were leaving. Sorry. Hold on. Rewinding.
flashback.
Yeah. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Sorry.
Hey, Princess, you
Uh,
remember when we were just about to leave? When that thing happened?
I'll do this actually as you're riding. It's fine. We can do this as you're riding. Along. You don't know if the mantra helps or if it just shows up, but you do see the swirling wind kind of come up around you.
I believe it helps.
Victoria actually is the one that it communicates with because she's the one that connected with it in the sacrifice chamber, first and open communications. It does not actually communicate through words. It actually communicates through basically telepathic like images and concepts to you.
Interpretive dance.
Yes.
Charades.
But you basically it
Dictionary.
gives off a sense of gratitude to all of you. You get a sense you protected its home. This whole region though is its home. It's not just that, like the country and beyond is its home. These people showed up and defiled this specific place in a way that it wasn't meant to be used. They tried to stop them from bringing people, but they kept fighting it back. But it is very grateful, and it says that as long as you are, it lets you know through, again, the images and concepts, as long as you are within the lands that it protects, you will have its protection as well.
Nice.
Can I, in Primordial, since that was how I communicated with before, ask like where does your land stop? Like, just show me where your land stops.
Everywhere the snow falls is what it tells you.
Oh, fucking sick!
Presumably not over the whole planet, but like this cold tundra region.
So
like,
like
multiple
theoretically,
countries.
we'll have a safe travel to the camp.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah.
Hypothetically.
I will then tell you that as you're all looking around, those of you who got a 17 and above, which I think was several of you, you do notice up ahead of you, on the path, there was like a slight gust of wind, and uncovered something that catches your eye that like shows blue in this sea of gray, and then like what looks almost like an antenna comes out and just kind of like scoops more rocks over it to cover it, and then just like vanishes back underneath the rocks.
Hmm.
And it's like that, and whatever that was is like directly in your path.
Monty, did you see that?
Nope.
I saw something.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Weird. Does that look like a land shark to you?
Not what I saw before.
Did it look mechanical or organic in nature?
Hard to tell at this distance and at this speed.
Didn't you get a 9?
Something's just really blue.
Do
And
not
it's trying to
provoke
hide on the
it.
trail.
Do not provoke it. We have protection, so I don't know how good that protection is. So just don't provoke it.
How far away is it? As we're
Probably like 80 feet, 70 feet, 60 feet.
Let's
Prince
give
is
it a
gonna
berth.
pawn the reins.
Okay.
I don't
You
know
know-
if anyone else stops.
I'll stop.
Are you
I'll
stop
stop too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stop. too.
Okay. Okay, so you all stop about 50 feet away from it.
You want me to go check it out?
I'll do it.
You're significantly easier to take down, I've noticed.
I have the protection. I mean, we all have it, but I'm currently connected to it, so just let me do it.
Princess hops off the elk and starts walking.
Yeah, me
towards
too.
the thing.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Victoria,
Yeah.
Like,
Alright, so they all
stealthily.
go.
I stealthily.
Okay, so you all just get off your elks and go walk right up to it. All right.
Oh, are we stealthing?
No.
I'm
Are we
Question.
stealthing?
I'm not.
No.
I'm not great at stealth.
Either am I.
Besties.
Well,
I'm likely to make it
Princess will
worse
hang
if I
back and
try.
walk slowly.
It'll be harder to sneak with all 4 of us walking up to it anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
Tedros
so you're all walk.
Tedros will drop down and like very quickly like tie all 3 of the reins together so that they can't like run off just in case.
Okay.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah.
I didn't think all of us were coming, so I wasn't concerned about that. But
Okay, so
You
you all
You need a
leave your
healer.
you'll leave the elk and go walk up towards whatever this was in the path.
Yeah, I'm a monster hunter. Let's see what this is.
Okay, how close do you get?
Right up to
All
it.
the way.
I
get right up to it?
Right up
I
to
am
it.
Okay.
20 feet away.
Oh, 22
20 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, who gets right up to it?
Me.
Montblanc. It's his thing.
Galina.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
Um.
As I'm walking up, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay. Actually,
I'm not casting anything.
as you interesting thing, as you go to cast Armor of Agathis, you find it before you even cast it already forming on you and everybody.
Yeah, that's not weird.
Thank you,
As
Elemental.
the wind actually starts whipping up and blowing
What does
around
Armor
you,
of
forming
Agathis
ice.
do?
At what
uh,
level?
Second, so 10 temporary hit points for everybody.
And if you get hit, it deals.
It
I have
deals
melee
10
attack.
cold damage. Yeah,
Yeah.
by a melee attack. Yeah.
Until you
speaking
run out of those
of-
temporary hit points. As soon as those
Yes.
temporary hit points are out, then you no longer do
Yeah.
that.
And it
Cold
lasts
damage.
for an hour though. Yeah, unless or before the temporary hit points goes away.
Galina, does a 23 hit you?
How about you shut the fuck up? You ever thought about that one?
So
You ever thought about that, Sam?
Y'all walk up to this, and as soon as you get like right up in front of it, it just the stones just burst upward as this ambush hunter that was just waiting in the path, just springs up at you.
That's what we get, huh?
I was like, you could have gone around it. And it leaps up. It is this.
You said something.
I
Tedros,
gave you
don't
the
make that
perception
face.
check to avoid it, and you all
Yep.
decided
And
to
y'all
walk
got
up
up.
on it.
I hunt monsters that hurt people.
All right, fair. Bursts up out of the rocks. You can see it is this about horse. It looks like about a horse-sized blue centipede with like antenna coming off of its head and face, like big insectoid eyes, and then like these two sail-like fins going down its back. And as it pops up, like horned like spines down its back start glowing red hot.
Oh fuck!
Whose horse is that?
And it bites. It bites Galina.
Sam, I really don't want this to be what I think it is.
Oh well, you know. Remember what I gave you that perception check to go around it?
Remember when I've been really nice and I don't want to fight this.
It's
Oh,
fine,
you can
guys.
always run.
I'm the tank.
16. Okay. Galina takes 16
What?
piercing damage
This I know. This
and
is.
5 fire damage.
Yep.
What?
There goes those temporary hit points.
Chomp! Yes, and it takes 10 points of cold damage as the armor of Agathis, armor of Agathis forms on you from like the wind whipping up in front of it, just in time to burst off of you and hit this thing in its totality.
Do I know what this
Yeah.
is? No.
Fuck you.
Go ahead and roll me a check real quick.
Justin knows what it is. 19.
So sorry, that was 21 points of damage.
Believe so, yes.
22.
Right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yes, because it was 15. It was 15 and 7. Or no, it was 16 and no, it was 16 and 5. 17 and 5.
16 and 5.
16 and 5. Yeah, okay, so that'd be 21.
20.
Yeah.
22.
So
For
you
my-
you
for
got
my-
a
for my
22.
check, yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay. I
like,
thought you were
it
correcting me on the
it better
damage.
fucking not be.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is a Remoraz.
Yeah.
Specifically a young version, though, not a full-grown
God,
one. This is just a
Jesus
young one.
Christ.
Do I know what it's immune to?
Yeah, it is. You can. It is immune to cold damage. It is immune to fire damage, and touching it with
Hurts
any
us.
sort of melee attack does a significant amount of damage as its whole body is heating up. You can see like steam rising up from the ground around it.
Yeah. Remoraz, immune to fire and cold, and if you hit it, you're gonna hurt yourself because its body's really fucking hot.
Well, so much for that fucking 10 points of cold damage, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does not see. It seems like the armor of Agathis explodes off of you, and then like sizzle. It like the ice shards fly at it, but then just like melts into nothingness off the forged like heat coming off its body that it reactivates as soon as it springs up.
I suggest we run.
That is
I
where
don't
head
wanna
back to
kill
the elf.
Let's roll initiative to
Yeah.
run. I will tell you that
No.
you would know that they're not, especially a young one, is not faster than your elk, but it is about as fast as all of you.
Yeah, it's not as fast as it's not as fast as our elk, but it's as fast as us. So,
Yeah, let's get initiative to run away.
15.
Okay. Okay.
Tedros is all the
Alright.
way back there being
19.
smart.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
Natural 1,
Oh no.
which takes it to a 2.
I was about to say, what's your bone? Okay. Roll again.
Natural 1
Oh lord.
for a 2.
Roll again.
It's meant to be.
I'm not even kidding.
Natural 2 for a 3.
Natural 6 for a 7.
Okay, you beat it. Just rolled a 1, 1, and a 3.
Ugh.
So
Oh
yes,
my
you do.
God.
What are the odds of
because-
us both rolling a natural 1 twice in a row?
Super low. That was ridiculous.
Oh my god, wow.
I was like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah, but no, it rolled in that one, so like it got you, but then like it bit you. It's not used to people-sized things not dying after a single bite like that, so it was taken off guard by the fact that you're still moving.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, I'm still missing Tedros and Viktoria.
Did you know that my natural one gives me a 4?
Oh, so you go before Galina.
Yeah.
And Viktoria.
I got a natural 20 on the other end
Okay.
for a 19.
Lord.
Okay.
Oh, that's why you're asking to reroll the nat ones, because it was tying with the Remoraz.
Yeah, because they tied and had the exact same dex modifier.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Okay. All right. That will bring Princess. You're up first.
All right. Well, wait. Let me see how far this is. I want to use this. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. Princess is gonna cast Cause Fear on
Nice.
the Remoraz.
Okay. So what kind of saving throw is that?
A Wisdom saving throw. It must
Okay.
be a 14.
It got a 4. So the Remoraz is afraid.
Yeah, it
Alrighty. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that. And then after that, I'm gonna use my full movement to go back to the elk.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that should be enough because it was how far away was it was 50 feet away. And
It
then
was
I stopped
50 and
20
you
feet
stopped
away,
at 20 away.
and
So
I
yeah,
had
you're just 30 feet
35
back.
more.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like almost back to the elk.
And it's half
Then
movement.
you should just be,
50 feet
you're
away
at
from
it.
the elk.
You're at
I'm
it.
at it.
Yeah.
I can't do math.
Yeah.
I have dyscalculia.
And it's half
You're good,
movement.
you're
It's
good.
half movement. It's half movement to mount.
Yeah, so you can't get on the elk this turn, but you can get to it.
Yeah.
I'm so far away from getting on the elk.
Yep.
Mama's gotta do
Okay,
what
Same.
I've got to do.
That'll bring
that.
us to Viktoria.
I have to do what Montblanc does.
Didn't Yulyanya also get a 19?
I did.
Yes.
Doesn't
but-
Yulyanya have a higher dex mod?
Oh, I swear that's
than
true. I
negative
gave it to
one?
I gave it to you with the nat 20, but I forgot. Yeah, I mixed that up. I was so excited about a nat 20 that I put you like at the top of the order, and then just have to keep bumping you down.
I have a 2 dex.
I'm at
Yep. Okay,
negative
so
one,
Yulyanya.
So
Okay. Yulyanya is basically just gonna like jump and like leap back toward the elk.
Okay.
But how far? What's the distance between the elk and the Remoraz?
50 feet.
50 feet. Okay, and where were we standing in the middle? The ones that did not go right up toward it.
I think about 20 feet away. If you were like right with Princess, you were 20 feet away from it.
Okay, 20 feet away.
Yeah, I'm right up on it too.
Hmm?
I'm right up on it with Princess and Victoria. I think
Galina.
Yep.
Victoria.
Galina.
that's what I meant.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, Yulyanya is going to like be freaked out and sort of like leap back toward the elk, about I would say 10 feet, and then so I'm 30 feet away now.
Yeah.
Seeing Galina scramble, having been bitten, she's going to yell, Galina! And sort of like freeze for a moment. And suddenly, like, her body is just going to start, like, kind of like sizzling. And then you'll see, like, light starting to slowly, like, fill her eyes and up through the crack in her horn. And then she's just going to like throw her like arm forward and attempt Radiant Sunbolt.
Okay, go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right, I got a, let's see. Oh, gotta pull this over here. Oh, plus that. Oh, dang. Okay. Not nat 20.
Nice. Okay, so you just it's like just hand out from a distance, then just a radiant bolt. It's like a bolt of sunlight just streaks out from your hand and flies out over Galina's shoulder and smacks this thing right in the face. Go ahead and roll damage.
And what do I roll for damage again?
I think it's the same as your martial arts die, so I think it's a d4 plus dexterity.
I always feel stupid. That's the triangle one, right?
Yeah, it's a d4 plus 2 for your Radiant Sunbolt.
D4 plus what?
2.
Okay. So that plus 2, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
Okay. So yeah, you just a bolt of sunlight just comes streaking out and smacks it in the face, sending it reeling back away from Galina. All right, and you only backed up 10 feet, you said?
Yeah, backed up 10 feet and then struck.
Okay. Is that your turn?
I'm wondering, should I maybe use a bonus action to yeah, I'm gonna use a bonus action to just continue backwards toward the elk.
You wouldn't
Can I
need
do
to
that?
spend a bonus action. You could just
Oh,
move backwards.
I'll just
'cause
continue
you have the
backward
movement. Yeah,
then.
you can just get
I'll
up to it. Yeah.
continue backward then.
Okay. All right. Victoria.
I'm right up on this thing.
Yep.
I don't want to be right up on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I am not right up on this thing, is it going to bite me?
Oh yeah. Whoever moves first gets the attack of opportunity.
Disengage.
No,
Yes.
I want to do something. I want to do something. Let's see here. What is this? Is it a bonus action? It is an action. Alright. I only have actions. I will take one for the team and accept the attack of opportunity to back up.
Okay. Gets a 12 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Made of fly paper? Jesus.
I got so excited, and then I remembered I didn't cast Shield of Faith.
A Shield of Faith would have saved me.
I know.
Yep. Victoria really needs like full plate mail.
Thought you were the tank.
I am the tank.
Because I don't know if I remember. I don't know if I pointed it out, but if you wear heavy armor doesn't add your dexterity modifier. It also means it doesn't subtract your dexterity modifier either. So
What's our proficiency bonus right now?
+2.
It's
2?
plus
Yeah,
2,
2.
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
negate 12 of that damage as my reaction. Thank you.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Because you have your shield out.
Yeah, and I rolled a 10 on my D10.
Nice. Okay. So you're actually gonna take 22 less damage. You still have the 10 hit points from the Armor of Agathis too. So that's gonna be, let's see, 12, 22, 26 plus, so 26 piercing damage. So between Galina and the Armor of Agathis, that's 4 piercing damage.
I'm so glad, because that would have actually taken me out if I didn't have any of that. So
I'm here for you, baby.
And then
I'm
6 points of fire
support.
damage.
oh,
So-
that's
So 10 damage total that you actually take. Basically, so this, you turn to go away, this thing lunges down at you to bite. Galina, still reeling from her own injury, leans over, sees it reaching for you, just takes her shield and just like jams it forward into this thing's mouth, like twists it sideways, so as it bites down, like half its teeth just bite down on the shield and it can't like fully close its mouth all the way, so it kind of just like scrapes its teeth along you and like can't actually like bring the lower jaw up to fully bite. And then like it impacts like the teeth that impact, like for the first while they scrape along just ice that has formed across your body, like shattering that as it moves, and then only manages to like scratch and dig into like just part of your shoulder as you feel the searing heat of its flame-like body. damage you. But then you manage to continue your movement.
Alright, sick. I will move back my 30 feet.
Okay.
And then she will take one of the cards that she had drawn this morning and kind of toss it up in the air. And then that card will form into 7 little wands
Okay.
that shoot towards this thing. And as they shoot towards, they form into 4 magic missiles.
Ooh, nice. Okay, roll damage.
Ooh.
Alright, magic missile. Where is it? And this is at the 2nd level, so that's 4. Alright, let me grab my dice. So, first dart is a 4.
Okay. Just give me the total at the end.
I'm gonna give them to you each individually because I cannot math.
I see. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So technically, the wording on magic missiles that you roll once and they all deal the same damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, so 4
So it's 4, so
times
16.
4. 16.
Nice.
All right. So just
16.
these 4 just fly out and slam into this thing.
It's only when you hit it with a melee thing it hurts you, right? It's not like it gets hit and now love
Correct.
is raining down
Or
on
if
us.
or if we hit
Correct.
it, or if we hit it with melee attacks.
Yeah, it's when you hit. It's like if you punch it or you swing a sword at it, it like
Right.
the heat gets you. But yes, if it's not if
I
you hit it
will
with a
simply
ranged attack.
not do that then.
Alright, that's my turn. Get the fuck out of
Okay.
there.
I'm trying.
Montblanc.
All right, Galina, get the fuck out of here. I can slow this thing down.
I'm
And
trying.
I'm gonna bonus action, take my spiked chain from my flail and rake it across my arm, drawing blood,
Okay.
and activate my Crimson Right, which gets drained from my
Okay.
temporary hit points.
Okay. Yeah.
Do
So,
you
yeah, you
cause
actually-
yourself 10 cold damage?
Come on, I can.
No.
negate
No.
that. That's stupid.
Yeah. No, but it
Come
is like
on.
you do just like run the chain along your arm and like instead of bleeding, it like icy blue like ice water flows out of the off of the
Cool.
armor of Agathis again instead, just like magical blue water that
So
like
that's one
swirls along
one
and
damage
activates
to
the ability.
myself, and my
Okay.
flail is now crackling with yellow lightning. And
Nice.
I'm just gonna swing at this.
Okay.
thing.
Nice. All right.
For a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alrighty. 8 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and I take some fire damage.
Yeah, you take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay. I'm still good. And then because of my feet.
How much lightning damage does it take?
Oh shit! Thank you. I gotta pull that up again because I don't remember. I think a Crimson right now is just D4.
Mhm.
Oh no, it's 1D4. 3 lightning damage.
Okay.
And
So crackling electricity along the edge, along the
and-
chain of the flail.
because of Crusher, because I hit it with a attack that deals bludgeoning damage, I'm gonna move it 5 feet back.
Okay. And is that works on large as the upper
Oh,
range
right.
on that, right?
Thank you. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it. It doesn't specify. Oh wait, no more than one size larger than you.
Okay, so there we go. So yeah, but large is still within that range. So yeah, you
Okay,
can just
cool, yeah.
smack it in the face and
Right.
it slides back along the stones.
All right, everybody, go! I can keep pushing it back. Just
Okay.
and then, do I know if it has a reach of more than 5 feet?
Good question. It does not.
Then I'm gonna book it back 30 feet. No, I'm gonna stay there
Okay.
just to protect Galina, just in case, because I want
I
everyone to go
already
here.
took the attack of opportunity. It can't hit you.
I understand.
As long as you move
I
now.
understand, but I want to make sure
Mhm.
everybody's out of here because I can slow this thing down. So I'm gonna stay.
Okay. Tedros.
Hey. Tedros is probably still on the ground. So he will use his action. I'm assuming it'll be an action to undo the tying together of the reins.
Okay.
And then he will hop back on his elk. And as a bonus action, he will cast Shield of Faith on Viktoria.
Okay. That is.
Yep. And
Right,
use
Galina.
use my movement to hop on the elk. So yeah.
Okay.
Great. I'm gonna I want this thing I feel like Montblanc said that it's as fast as we are, but not as fast as our elks.
Mhm.
So I want to put as much distance between me and it so that it can't get up on me with its
Okay.
next turn.
I also said I can slow it down too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take out one of my cards, the Six of Swords, launch it into the air, and like 6 like crows with like daggers for feathers are gonna like burst out from it, and I'm casting Thunder Wave. So I need a
Ooh, nice,
Constitution
okay.
saving throw from it.
Con
I would
save,
also like to
alright.
move it in. I would like to like position myself in a way where like Monty doesn't have to be in the 15-foot cube.
Thank
Oh,
you.
and it's in front of you. Yeah, you're fine. He's behind you.
Yeah, I pushed this thing 5 feet back.
Yeah.
Great, perfect.
It gets a 7.
Haha! That fails. Sorry, I didn't read the damage die. 2d8 thunder damage, so it's 3d8 because it's a 2nd level spell, because that's just the way our spell slots work. And it's pushed an additional 10 feet away from me after taking 7 plus 8 is 15 plus 3 is 18 points of thunder damage.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
And then I'm taking my full 30 feet because now it won't be able to catch me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, does
Goodbye.
that throw any of like the debris around? Because it's unsecured.
Yeah,
objects?
definitely. Yeah, that with all the rocks in the ground, that just like blasts like a wave of those rocks at it too.
Cool.
And then because Monty is now the closest one to it, I will it's not gonna cast, but I will invoke Leviathan to protect Monty as a bonus action.
Sweet.
Okay. That your turn?
That's my turn.
Here we go.
Okay. Remember as a turn.
Oh wait, it's
I think
15.
y'all
It's 15 feet away from me.
It is. Also, y'all forgot Princess cast Cause Fear first turn.
Yeah.
It cannot willingly move closer to
Right.
any of you because Princess is
Go
behind
off,
you.
Princess.
So it just stands there. It's like, yeah, you've all been like preventing it from getting closer. It's like it can't already. She took care of it. It's terrified. It's not moving. It just stays there. It like spits and growls at all of you, and it like slithers side to side. But
Unless it succeeds on
can't-
its
it
save.
will not. Yeah, but well, it's the save is end of its turn. So
Yeah.
for now, it just sits there, and let's see. It's gonna try again. It got a 2 on its save, so it is not. It's still terrified. Like it's looking past all of you. Like none of you are drawing its attention. It's staring straight at Princess, who looks like just like the most terrifying thing in the world to this thing.
When it did its opportunity attack, did it do with advantage? With disadvantage?
Oh no, let me just
Because it's
roll it again. It still hit it. It was 19.
Okay.
Still would have hit. That brings us back to the top with Princess.
Oh well. Sorry. Where is Galina right now?
I think I'm 20 feet away because I used my full
Yeah.
30 feet of movement to get back to you and our fucking elk.
Okay.
Mhm.
I was like, all right, I push it away. Bye.
All right.
Leviathan, protect Monty.
See, it's the same thing. Cause fear. I'm going away now. All right. So Tedros tied the elk together, correct?
He untied them though.
Yeah,
untied
that was my
them.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prince is gonna hop back on her elk. So I don't know how much movement that would
Half
be.
Yeah,
or
it's half your
that
movement.
would- Huh?
Half your movement.
Half my movement. Okay. So gonna get on the elk. And then she's gonna ride towards Galina.
Thank
I
God.
don't
know. Okay.
It would have taken me 2 turns because it would have taken me 20 feet to get back there, and I wouldn't have had half of my movement to get onto the mound.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could use your action to dash.
Oh
and
yeah,
go.
true.
Yeah. But okay, so then that makes it Yulyanya.
Yul is going to do the same thing, jump
Okay.
onto the elk and take it toward Monty.
Okay, yeah, you can get it up to Montblanc. Okay, Victoria.
I guess I'm running towards my elk.
Yeah, you can just because did Tedros, did you get on yours or did you stay standing on the ground?
No, I got on it.
Okay, yeah. So Tedros is on, so yeah, you can just like run over if you want to use your action. Or how far away? How close? Or you got up to it, right? Didn't
I'm
you?
20 feet away.
Yeah. Okay. So then you would have to use your action to dash to get on the elk.
Then I guess that's what I gotta do.
Okay, so you just run over and just leap onto the elk and clamber on.
Probably the way that
okay.
this is happening is Tedros is now in the front and I'm on
Yeah.
back, but this is how it's happening.
Yep. Okay, Montblanc. There's Yulyanya is right next to you with an elk.
Do I get a
And
sense
this thing is
do I get a sense that once Cause Fear is done, that this Remorize is going to be a problem for the people that we just left?
probably not, because it's been here the whole time. Like this is just a dangerous region where these monsters, they live out here. Presumably they haven't gone close to, like, it's an ambush hunter, so
Yeah.
it's not like it waited in the road for you. It's not
Sure.
like coming out and attacking people.
Just to add another minute onto it that I can't move because it caused fear.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to invoke my Blood Curse of Binding.
Okay.
Let me just double check how that works again. It's a bonus action to invoke that. Blood Maledicts, where are you? I'm trying to remember if I take damage from that. I only take damage if I
Like amplify it.
yeah, that's how
Blood hunters are so sick.
that's how Molly Muck died. Sorry. Yeah. Blood Curse of Binding. So the blood starts to drip out of my nose, ears, and eyes, and I'm going to attempt to use my Blood Curse of Binding. It needs to make a Strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength save.
Yeah,
It's good at those.
I imagine.
19.
Yeah, that beats it. That's my bonus action, so I'm just going to climb up on the elk. Half movement to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there. I have an action, yeah. Would it be an action to steer the elk away?
Technically Yulyanya is steering
Right,
right now, so
that's
like
right.
if you
Right.
yeah.
Okay, never mind. I don't know. Fucking Eldritch Blast. Once I
Go ahead, roll it.
Yeah. 18 to hit. Or sorry, 15 to hit.
Yep. 15.
I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, that still hits.
4 force damage.
Okay.
And then, all right, I'm on. We can go.
Okay. That'll bring us to Tedros.
Is Tedros currently with the reins, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Tedros will start the process and start.
Okay. Just start leaving. All right. Cool.
Yeah, just
Galina.
around.
Elks.
I would
and
like
dash with
to-
the elks.
Yeah, I'd like to get on my elk and use my action to take one last parting shot. We'll take
Okay.
a page out of old Monty's books and Eldritch Blast it.
Man, I want my blood melodic to work for once.
16 plus stuff. 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Great. 5 points of force damage. And I'm like,
Ooh,
go,
nice.
go, 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 go.
All right.
Go!
That'll make it its turn. It cannot move closer to the elk you are currently on because Princess is on it. Let's see if it makes a save.
Princess, you're
It's an
amazing.
8. Still terrified. At the end of
Scary.
at that point, you're all on the elk. You're all leaving. It just went. So yeah, you all just
Move and
gallop
dash,
off away
yeah.
from it. By the time it's gonna make its save, you'll all be out of sight, and the frightened condition will end. So you
Ugh.
successfully escape from the young Remoraz.
Why in the hell would you guys get that close to it?
Why didn't we just go round?
I kill monsters that could be a threat to people, and I thought it would.
My whole deal is that I'm very good at protecting people on the battlefield. It's like the only thing I've been trained to do in regards to the battlefield, and so it just felt necessary for me to be up there.
I just wanted to know what it was. I don't have an excuse. I'm going to be completely honest.
I also wanted to make sure whatever that wasn't responsible for our issues with the wagon train.
Of
Oh,
course,
that
you know,
thing
but
bit
you
me
know,
so
proceed
bad.
with caution. Anyway,
All right.
riding.
Yulyanya is going to sort of like peek her head out from around Monty to look at Galina and be like, well, as long as you're doing all right. But if you look at her, her eyes are still like glowing with like a yellow light. And I mean, you know how in Spirited Away, like the tears fall upward when she's falling. It kind of like that effect of like tears but made of light just sort of drifting up toward the sky.
That's
All right.
fucking metal.
Yeah. All right.
My flail's still crackling with electricity because it needs
Yep.
to.
Yep. All right. And you all gallop past the young Remoraz, and you have a pretty uneventful rest of your trip. And so later that day, probably getting into late afternoon, you're going to arrive. You can spot the camp, the camp that you left from, where Madame Ingwe is. The ship is no longer in the harbor.
Yep.
And you can see you can see that a lot of the stalls and tents and things have been broken down but like you can also see people still there. You can see Ingwe's tent is still set up. And you can see all the people around like in the process of breaking things down and unpacking.
Oh, you guys are
Do we see the wagon train?
Yes, you do see the wagon train on the northern side of the camp parked.
Okay.
But Ingwe's tent is still up, right?
Yep. Yeah, it is.
That's where I'm going.
That's where I'm going as well.
Okay.
Fucking storming right to Ingwe's door, being like, knock, knock, bitch, guess who?
Okay. Who's all going?
Everyone?
Okay, so you're all going. All right, you're all going with. You can all.
Princess would go towards where the train is.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the elk.
Okay. All right. So it's everybody but Montblanc and Princess. Princess bypasses the tent and goes towards the train.
As Yule is getting down to follow Galina, though, she's going to be like, Monty, you're not going to come?
No, I'm gonna make sure the elk don't get stolen and stay safe and whatnot.
Oh, that's smart. Okay. And she'll totter. Just get off with them.
Okay. So do you like knock or do you just storm inside?
Storm in, kick the door,
Okay.
kick the flap.
It's not even a door, it's just a flap. All right, you storm your way into the tent. You can see that there was kind of like a little sitting area on the opposite side from where her desk was. And that's where you see Ingwe is just kind of sitting there. You walk in, the sight that you see is Ingwe is sitting there in the corner farthest from the door. There's tea on the table. There's like, steam coming up off of it. And then sitting around, you see a couple of people wearing like heavy furs sitting around also, including a very large-looking orc woman with a obsidian-tipped spear in her hand, sitting kind of closest to you as you like storm your way in.
That can't be good for us.
So what are you doing? You storm in, and they all just kind of look up at you.
This would be a very obvious sign if I could read.
Yeah.
Somebody stop me.
Ingwe, hello, it's me again, Galina of the 5-Star Chalice.
Oh, hello.
Terrible news, you're completely under arrest, and I am seizing everything in this tent. Everything in this tent. It's all mine now.
I see. And then the orc woman next to you is just looks up at you and just says, "And who might you be?"
I am Lady Galina of the 5-Star Chalice, and honestly, I've had a very, very rough few days. So if you want, you can also call me your ruin. Try me.
Oh no.
And
She sets
I'm
down her teacup.
Yulyanya of the Valley.
She sets down her teacup. She stands up in front of you, stretching up to a full 8.5 feet tall,
Nothing.
holding the spear, and she says, "I am Queen Onko of the land upon which you are standing,
Nice.
and I've had a rough couple of months.
All right,
so
you know what?
perhaps
I'm backing down. You're right. You got me good. My bad. You're right. I came in hot. I'm sorry. I'm just very upset. You got me good. Hello, Your Majesty. It's so lovely to meet you. My name is Lady Galina of the 5-Star Chalice. This is my sister Viktoria. This is my little sister Yulyanya of the Valley. This is Tedros. He's fantastic. How are you? What brings you to this Aeorian camp that I promise I am trying to weed the corruption out of? Is there anything I can help you with?
who is in
Immediately
charge?
calm
Yeah. Who is in charge here? Who is responsible for this delegation in my lands?"
down. It's out of character, it's Canrow, right?
It was Canrow, but like officially,
okay.
you did.
Yes,
You declared yourself in charge. I don't know if you're still gonna do
Nope,
that.
I did what I did. I'm owning up to it. Hello, yes. From what I can gather, the region of the Bladed Scepter is the originators of this incursion. Their Lord Canrow, has committed many horrific acts, and for those horrific acts has been sentenced to death, which has already been carried out, which leaves myself and Viktoria, but I'm more of the political one, which leaves me as the de facto head of all Aeorians in Sveruk, which also means, unfortunately, I myself will be taking on the burden of the crimes committed. Yes, I am here to
So
be the
you-
piper.
So you are in charge here.
Currently, yes.
You use many words where few would suffice.
That's kind of her thing. Don't hold it against her.
I received
That
a
was
letter.
Spicy.
I received a letter from
Does she want
this
to fuck
woman
me?
here. She says,
Get it,
I
girl.
received a letter from this woman here, indicating back to Ingwe, letting me know that your people have been committing crimes and using resources on my land to kill people without my knowledge or permission. I have ordered all Yorians to be removed from my lands and sent back home. However, if you are in charge, I would ask you, I would have you return with me to my city so we can determine the state of our relations between our countries and whether or not war is necessary.
Don't think that war is necessary. I mean, it wasn't us killing people. It was us saving people.
You are responsible for these people, yes?
No, it's true. I bear responsibility for all acts committed by Aeorians, Yorians, whatever you want to call them. In Sverok, I will happily bear this weight, and 100% I will come with you. However, Madame Ingwe is indeed arrested for the treason, and also I need all of her books because Lord Canrow was not much of an accounting guy, and let me tell you, it has been absolute hell trying to figure everything that they've been doing out logistically, and I just really need all of that so I can make right their wrongs. You know what I mean? You know, people commit these terrible acts of crime
But
against
it wasn't
humanity,
terrible acts
and then
that we
now
told them
I
to.
have to clean up the mess, and it's been very stressful, and I'm doing my best. And of course, I will come with you to your city, and we will 100% figure out about the relationship between Sverok and Eor.
Galina, we didn't
Yulyanya,
do anything.
It's fine.
Yulyanya, let her talk.
It is fine.
I'm leaving. Now that I know this, I am leaving before nightfall. You will be returning with me, either as guest or as prisoner.
Understood.
As secondary ruler of this area, Viktoria Philip,
Nope,
Five-Star
not
Chalice,
ruler,
I am
not
coming.
ruler. We're not,
Not ruler,
nope.
not ruler, in charge. My apologies, I misspoke. I also bear responsibility for the Aeorians here. So I will also be returning with you.
Good. And that
Well, then we're all
See.
returning?
that's up to you. That's up to you to figure out when we come back in 2 weeks.
Nope. No.
I would like to, while Galina and the Queen were talking, send a message to Ingwe through message. And just in her mind, just be like, you vicious, slimy little bitch.
Where is it?
Oh,
I
yeah,
hope
sorry, you
you
can-
know.
Ingwe is just sitting back,
Oh.
watching all of this, just with a cup of tea, just stirring her tea and just watching like she's watching a play.
Why did
Message will also say- The message She will also say, I hope you know that your your house name is ruined. Your house will be known as the house that rolls with weighted die.
Whoa.
Then she you can respond to message, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
She will say, and yet I'm the one who was able to send a letter off about your house murdering a landed lord. And that is where we're gonna end for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That is something we did do. You did get me there.
You got me there, girlie.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going.
Choices
Yeah,
were
I
made.
can see why heading straight to AR would be bad for us.
Yep. Yeah, Ingwe's had some time to prep, has had some time to prepare, has had some she's had some time.
I'm gonna ruin her.
I did not expect Madame Ingwe to become a significant villain, and yet here we are, and I'm really here for it.
Like, I not to like girls support girls and like girl boss or whatever, but I'm gonna ruin her.
She may have girl bossed a bit too close to the sun here, and now like Icarus will fall to her death.
She's doing the whole gaslight gatekeep girl boss thing, and that's not really what we're up for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go there.
Very stressed out for Princess at the moment. This does not seem ideal.
Yeah, same.
There, Princess doesn't.
I mean, we were all going to the capital anyway.
I wasn't gonna
Not
go
right
with
away.
the queen. That's like
Yulyanya is definitely quite confused at why we're owning up to crimes we've not committed.
Because I'm a good noble.
Are
Mhm.
you? Are you a good
Yeah, are you?
All right, thank you,
getting
everybody.
us out of this
thank you,
situation?
y'all.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks because next week we are off.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks to see how this all goes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did we fuck up?